minutes of global, independent music.
So we played some Fear the Masses in there. Of course, threw in some Fragile Existence before that with Honor Among Thieves. We played some Apostasy with Architects.
News and interviews.
This is Chris Harmony from the Overage Metal Militia. This is Dave from Marvelous Boss. This is Kevin McKay of Intercourse. This is Josh from Fear the Masses.
This is Nick Canato, Andrew Whiten. I'm Pat Stone. We're Samsara, and you're listening to the official SN Radio.
Brought to you in part by Cold Cock Whiskey and Blow Paste.
If you want to make his day and put a smile on his face, taste the magic of Blow.
And now Syndicated on the Indie Authority is 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern. It's Indie 180, and the show starts now.
It's going to be one of those kind of fucked up nights, I could tell. That's why I'm fucking 12 minutes behind. I hate computers. I've come to that conclusion. What's up, everybody? It's Indie 180, Tuesday night, 8:12 p.m., 8/25/2015. I'm currently flying solo. You like that? You like that? Flying solo. No co-host currently. Joe will not be in attendance this evening as he and the Stagger Boys are on another radio station's promoting their Stagger thing. And kudos to those guys. They're doing great things, man. I'm really proud of them. Truly. I know a lot of people would be like, yeah, but he's like your co-host. You should be there. It's like, dude, he's got really important shit going on. Like, with his band. Like, his band is doing really well. And, dude, and the thing is, I wouldn't know Joe if I didn't meet Stagger, if I didn't meet the band. So, like, I got to support the band first and foremost, even though our friendship is, like, grown well beyond that now. That's what we do here. We support local and global, unsigned, independent music for the next 180 minutes of music, news, and interviews. Tonight we have got California's own Requiem calling in. We've got openings all throughout September, so if you are in a band, know a band, looking to start a band, or are otherwise in the music industry, we want to talk to you. What I might want to do, maybe this is what I'll do. I got to talk to the folks over at Metal Fortress. See if we can't maybe put together some sort of show about them. You know, I want to learn more about the fucking Metal Fortress. Speaking of which, we are simulcast on Metal Fortress Radio tonight and every Tuesday fucking night, and all the cool events that we're at, like this past weekend at Slothfest. What a great fucking weekend, man. Friday night, awesome show. Some snafus, some things, some craziness, but an awesome show nonetheless. My only thing on this, there's a few things I want to address. Friday night obviously was supposed to be the Suffocation show down at Cherry Street. Now, for whatever reason, that didn't happen exactly the way it was promoted. AKA, there was no Suffocation. It was still a fucking ridiculously stacked bill of awesome kick-ass local bands that I probably would have went to regardless. But no Suffocation. And for no fault of Cherry Street stations. I want to make sure we're clear on that. I want to make sure I get that out there. This was not the fault of Cherry Street Station in and of itself at all. It was not the fucking fault of Suffocation, the band, as it was told to us at the night of the event. It was neither one of those. It was not Cherry Street and it was not Suffocation. It was the promoter who dropped the ball. The promoter should have, right then and there, said, hey, I fucked up. Shit happens. What do you want me to... You know what I mean? Let's move forward, just like we did. It was a great show. And you can see pictures up on our official FN Radio Facebook page. As a promoter of shows, I don't know what went down. All I know is it got fucked up bad, and it wasn't Cherry Street Station's fault, and it wasn't Suffocation's fault. I want to make sure that's fucking abundantly clear. Because as a reporter, I did put out there what I was told. And unfortunately, I learned the truth. I also learned to keep my goddamn mouth shut, even though I'm the guy on the scene telling people, listen, hey, no suffocation going to happen tonight. If you've got an opinion about this, I'd love to hear from you. The number to call is 203-794-6367, 203-794-OFNR. If you got a viewpoint on the suffocation snafu that went down this past weekend. Saturday night, I went over to Cook's. Got to say what's up to Mark. Great fucking guy. Great fucking establishment. Love fucking Cook's Cafe. It's really close to home for me. I love Cook's, don't get me wrong. I just kind of wish Cherry Street was that close. Not to say it's far. It's just, man, I wish I would be there all the time. That's the thing. Not that I'm not already. Anyway, I went down to Cook's to see Violence Prevails and The Maddening Process and God's Revenge, Revenge Against God or something like that. Dude, they were fucking brutal. That shit was, holy crap. Bowel shaking, man. Scowl started it. We had Gangrene in there. It was a really great night of music, let me tell you. Another really great night of music. And then Sunday, an all-day affair from noon to fucking midnight. OFNR was broadcasting at Slothfest, simulcast on Metal Fortress Radio. Thank you once again, Metal Fortress Radio and the Connecticut Broadcasters Alliance, Anti-Radio, Metal Syndicate, Metal Fortress, and OFNR. Fuck everybody else. Unless you're a broadcaster. You're a broadcaster, you want to be part of the alliance? Let me know. Let me know what you're up to, man. Let me know that you're standing with us. Because you're either with us or against us as far as I'm fucking concerned. You're either with the scene or you're against the scene. You're either going to do good things or you're not. There is no in between. There is no, well, I coulda, or I shoulda, or I was gonna, or my intentions were... No. You either support the fucking scene or you don't. So, we started the Connecticut Broadcast Alliance because we all support the fucking scene. We actually truly believe that Connecticut is not a must-miss state. It is a must-see state, especially for rock and metal here in this state. Now, I'm going to apologize in advance for my fucked up computer. I'm going to have this shit fixed, hopefully by next week. I just got to buy a fucking monitor for my fucking tower because lately, you know, I've been doing the remote thing and remote to my server. And I've been waiting for my studio to be built, and hopefully tomorrow my contractor's going to come out and take some pictures and take some measurements, talk about what we want to do, etc. But with this Windows 10 and man, it's been hiccuping like a motherfucker. And I hate it because we're better than that. So maybe next week, hopefully, if I can go find a cheap monitor, this problem will be fucking rectified because I've had enough. Anyway, back to Sunday, man. Slothfest, amazing. Holy shit, so many great fucking bands from start to finish. Started with The Shape, Archaic Decapitator, fucking Chaotic was there, Continuum was there, fucking Eyes of the Dead was there, fucking Stockholm Syndrome, Tyrant Trooper. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. Of course, we were there. We do have some videos of some of the performances. I didn't get everybody. Stockholm Syndrome, for instance, is a cover band. While they're all great musicians, I don't know that I definitely got their set for them recorded, but I don't know that a video was necessary. But I did get some video of The Shape, some video of The Continuum. I even saw Eyes of the Dead there. I've seen Eyes of the Dead now twice in 2 weeks. I've seen them more the past 2 weeks than I've seen them all year. Just for me, because I just don't get out to as many shows as I'd like to. And I'm going to see them again this weekend. Fucking Saturday for the Drink Fest, the end of summer Drink Fest, featuring Continuum, A Whiskey Fire, fucking Stagger. Oh yeah, buddy. It's gonna be a good time. You're not gonna want to miss it. I know I'm not going to, but if you're not coming, you are going to miss it because I'm not broadcasting. I'm going to drink, motherfuckers. I'm going to hang out. Getting access denied. Huh. Oh, you probably clicked no, Adam. Somebody might have clicked no. What you got to do is you got to clean out your cache. Clean out your website cache. Chrome. Whatever. Yeah, if you click no on OFNR's website, because see, we have, look, we're a fucking we're a kind of a dirty adult, if you will. Anyway, we're kind of an adult-themed radio station. Official fucking new radio. And so when you get to OFNRforever.com, there's a little box, and it's like, are you over the age of 18, basically? Because I don't want to have any mom or dad or these PC police getting on my ass about, oh, well, your site's dirty and it's got dirty stuff and you guys talk about dirty things, and when you put up the program, it's in there too. So I put up this little disclaimer, and you have to click yes. And if you don't, well, then it blocks you out. And then you got to clean out your cache in Firefox or Chrome or IE or whatever, just so that you could, get back on the site. So now Adam from Into the Coven has joined us. Josh will be here in just a little while. He had to bring his brother to the airport, I think. Something like that. He's pulling in right now. So let me do this. I'm going to take a hopefully uninterrupted music break. Like, in other words, the computer's been acting fucked up, and I'm not really sure. I've shut off every fucking thing. I know why. Basically, it's because I'm doing things with this that I shouldn't be doing. But anyway, I've got brand new music from this band called Huguenin last week. It's got Jimmy Bell in it. I am fucking loving this CD. Hopefully you will too. If you like Queensryche and that sort of stuff, you're going to love this shit. Huguenin, something like that. God damn it. It's official fucking new radio. Indie 180. 180 minutes of fucked up music because my goddamn computer sucks.
In the dark
Howdy ho, neighborino.
Dogley.
Give me a little more oomph on that juice there.
Oh yeah,
Better?
that's what I'm talking about.
All right. Hey, what's up, Why? Now I feel I'm low. What's up, everybody? It's Fish Fucking New Radio, OFNR, Indy 180. You just heard some music. That was Carnivora with Death. Down Shallow before that with Psych. And Hugwinin with Set Me Free.
Sounds about right.
So fucking digging that CD, dude. It's in my car right now. And I am totally just loving it, man. It so reminds me of like old school Queensryche. Like the sound, the whole sound, you know?
Yeah, definitely did.
It's fucking good shit.
Who doesn't love Queensryche?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Josh is here from fucking Into the Coven.
What's up?
And maybe next week, if you can get here just a little earlier, we could cut some stuff for you, some breakers.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
You know.
Yeah, no. Give me the Google.
Brian says, hey, dude, I just got out of a promotion interview. Needs me to stick around. Not able to do the show tonight.
Weak.
That was 39 minutes ago. Thanks for the heads up.
All right.
That's Brian Almeida. So, no Brian, no Joe. This is why Josh is here.
That's why
This is exactly why I need a guy like Josh to come each and every week, whether it be here in studio or even via Skype, if necessary, when the weather starts getting shitty, because it's gonna.
Rain, sleet, or snow.
No, once it snows, dude, you don't want to come up that hill.
Yeah,
dude.
hell
That's
no.
fucked up.
No, absolutely not.
No. But at any rate, so we're here tonight, OFNR, and apparently I had no idea because I'm here in my own little bubble. Earlier, we were having all sorts of fuckery with the computers. And you notice that fuckery is, for the most part, gone. I mean, there's still a little bit of clipping this, and I'm fixing that, like I said. But apparently it was like fucking shit pouring outside.
Yeah, that sucked.
And I did not even... I was in my own little bubble.
Everybody turn your lights on when you're driving on the goddamn highway.
Dude.
Yeah.
You would think that would be the fucking... So earlier, I didn't get to the sponsors. I didn't get to the band name. I've not done much of anything because I was having so many issues. But Indy 180 always brought to you in part by Coldcock Whiskey, made with aged American bourbon and herbs like green tea, hibiscus, eucalyptus, ginger, ginkgo, and many more. Smooth taste, no whiskey burn. Take your shot, coldcockwhiskey.com. And of course by our friends at Blow Paste. Unlike most lubricants that have preservatives and aspartame, Blow Paste is a simple way to keep your mouth clean and fresh while doing the deed. You can also use Blow Paste for massage, lip gloss, and of course, good old hand jobs.
Oh, yeah.
So even guys, if you're, home alone, nobody's around, you got to take care of yourself, grab the Blow Paste. You might as well. Blow Paste is good for any cavity, so substitute your toothbrush with a dick. Blowjob a day with Blow Paste. Cheeky cha cha dot kizam. We are looking for bands to interview for September. We have September pretty much wide open minus the 22nd. The 22nd of September, Josh, I won't be here.
Okay.
I will be at Cook's, broadcasting live for Indy 180 Live for Scotty Anarchy's birthday bash.
It's the day before my birthday.
So you're more than welcome to come hang at Cook's. I mean, it's only another 10 minutes from here.
Sounds like we have plans.
We'll go and we'll hang out. We're actually going to be giving away tickets to that.
Ooh.
In the coming weeks. I haven't decided exactly when. Not tonight. It's August still. We're a month away from that event.
We've got time.
We've got time. I'm actually ponying up the money for those tickets. So, you're going to get in on my dime. How you like them apples? Because it's a Fish Fucking New Radio.
Applesauce.
So, here's some things coming up. We're looking for bands for September and October. If you're in a band, you know a band, you know of a band, tell them to contact us here at a Fish Fucking New Radio. And we talk to bands from all over the place. Anywhere. Anywhere.
Anywhere.
I've talked to bands from Finland, from Holland, from fucking the UK, from the States, Texas, Ohio, Cleveland. Oh, yeah, that's Ohio. Washington.
Moose Juice.
Moose Juice. They're from Finland. Probably could get them on the air at some point. And we'd have to do that on a weekend.
That'd be awesome.
Because
Well, yeah.
I always have to do the out-of-country ones on the weekends because the time difference sucks so bad. Like, 2 o'clock our time is 8 o'clock their time. And it's like, I have the kids. There's no way I'm doing a fucking interview
Yeah.
with little kids running around.
I don't blame you.
Anyway, coming up, events that we're going to be at September the 5th. Obviously, we're going to be at the Drink Fest this weekend, but we're not broadcasting or working. That's why it's not in my event log. But Saturday, September the 5th, we are working at the Metal Syndicate presents Diversity of Metal Fest. We'll be live broadcasting. Metal Fortress will be picking up our broadcast and simulcasting it. Anti-Radio is going to be in the house. Metal Fortress is going to be in the house. OFNR are going to be in the house. And it's a Metal Syndicate event. It's a fucking Connecticut Broadcast Alliance show.
This is serious.
It's going to be a good fun. All of the best of Connecticut Broadcast is going to be at this show. So that should mean something to you in the sense that you should probably be at that show.
Probably, yeah, you should.
City Limits. It's right here in Waterbury.
It's a nice place. I like City
Maybe
Limits.
5 minutes from this place. From
I like
OFNR. I love going down there because it's like I can kind of get a little twisted and, you know.
You're close to home.
I'm close to home.
All right.
Tuesday, September the 22nd, we do have Scotty Anarchy's birthday bash. We will be live broadcasting from that event. I asked Scott, I was like, hey, you know, I do radio on Tuesdays. Can we come and live broadcast? He was like, fuck yeah. So we're going to get the bands on the air. We're going to interview bands. We're going to fucking do it up kick-ass style for Scotty Anarchy's birthday bash. I think if I can swing it, bro, I'm going to go out and buy a inflatable sheep.
I know a place where
I'm saying, we all know a place. So that might have to happen.
Yeah, can we do 2?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, as long as they're, like, inexpensive. I don't want to, like, waste money on a fucking blow-up sheep.
No, a friend of mine that I know from my cousin one time said that they were pretty cheap.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, they're inflatable fucking sheep. Oh, Rialto's on in the background. No, Rialto, you're not allowed. We're not doing grunge right now.
No.
If you guys tune in on Tuesdays, though, you get grunge music all day long. We open up the Grunge Garage and bring you kick-ass 90s music. Like Rialto. It was Untouchable was going to play, but I stopped it. I have that. I actually have that on vinyl. That album.
Really?
Yeah,
it's pretty ballin'.
Untouchable fucking vinyl. Just Planex in the background. Saturday, October the 3rd, Rocktober the 3rd. FNFest 9. Please come out for FNFest 9.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a fucking great time, man. It's 5 bands. Oh shit! You know, I've actually got to add something in here.
Uh oh.
I've got to add September, I think it's the 12th.
What's going on at 12?
Hang on a second.
Stand by.
Oh, it's the 19th. Sorry.
19th.
I got to add the 19th in here. Saturday, September the 19th. Just announced right now. OFNR will be broadcasting live for Warcock Palooza.
Ooh, oh, that's right.
And, you'll never guess who's simulcasting the event. It's Metal Fortress, of course.
Nice.
Our good dear friends at Metal Fortress is going to simulcast Warcock Palooza for Ryan Early. His big shindig. And I'm really happy to be part of that. It's 2 stages. Of course, we'll only be able to do one of those stages. But there's only 4 bands on the outdoor stage, and it doesn't start so fucking butt early. It starts at 4.
That's a good time to start.
And at 4:25, Armed Destruction hits the stage. Then it's Physics Demise, Simple Machinery, Beneath the Marrow. They are fucking awesome. 60 Grit, The Maddening Process, The Gates of Ivory, who are fucking insane. Holy shit, I do boner. It's 2. Have you ever seen The Gates of Ivory?
No, I haven't.
It's 2 fucking guys.
That's it?
That's it. And they put out more sound than just about any band I know.
That's fucking awesome.
And it's so brutal.
More brutal than Danbury.
Dream of Scipio, Apostasy, Cyperna, another big boner for me.
Yep.
And then ETI, End Time Illusion.
I love End Time Illusion.
Dude, I've seen them now twice this weekend. They are incredible.
They're so kick-ass.
And Yanni, amazing. All the guys in that band are amazing, but Yanni's just a machine.
Now melt your face.
He's a machine, dude. There will be Ultimate Cockfighting Champions. It's going to be there. So, go check it out.
It's going to be fun.
Boodaba. So that's just added to our show are shows that we're gonna be at, dude. I've been to more shows in the past couple months than I have been all year.
Yeah, I'm in a fucking band and I haven't been to a show in way too long.
And I'm so happy to be back. Like when I was working in Greenwich, it was just not possible. Dude.
Oh, you fucking hated that.
Dude, with every ounce of my life. And
every day you had a great picture. When you were leaving, you're like, well, back to the road.
Dude, I would spend anywhere from 2 to 3 hours one way.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man.
To go to work.
Fuck that. Nothing. No job's worth that.
And everybody's like, well, why don't you take the train? Well, that's a guaranteed 3 hours, and now I've got to deal with people.
Yes.
In the morning.
Is there even a train that goes out of Waterbury?
Yeah, there is a train station right here in Waterbury.
Oh,
I could actually go to the train station and take the train, but it would have taken me 3 hours. And then I would have had to walk a mile to my job, work, walk a mile to the train station, get the train, go home.
I used to have to do that in Norwalk. It would be 10 degrees out, and you got to walk 3 blocks to the train station.
And that's what I'm saying, dude.
No,
so I was like, no, fuck that. I'm driving.
Ugh.
You know, at least this way I can listen to Howard in the morning and like, you know, do what I got to do and like get ready for the day. But it became so like a lot of people have said this to me. It's funny that you mentioned this because a lot of people have said this to me. Like, you know, you had a job, now you're looking for a job. Like, nobody feels sorry for you, fuck you. And it's like, I'm not asking for anybody to feel sorry for me, first of all. If you know of somebody who's looking for a fucking IT guy or a web guy or a fucking graphic guy or a broadcasting guy, that would be ideal. That would be the best.
Fuck yeah.
Let me know because I'd fucking throw my hat in the ring. The reason I left that fucking place is because I would spend 5 hours extra. I would work an 8-hour day, but then I would spend 4 to 5 hours in my car.
Yeah.
And I would be so fucking angry by the time I got home that, like, my young children were being affected.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
In a negative way.
Absolutely.
Like, my fucking whole mentality was like, fuck everything.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what happens when you have to deal with people for 4 to 5 fucking hours a day. Fuck people.
Driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people can't drive for shit in this state.
No.
They are, and now they want to put tolls? Are you fucking insane? Are you fucking dumb?
Anyway, they're going to tax the taxes on the tax.
I know. Anyway, last event that we have here on our thing is October the 10th. We're going to be at the Falling Further Fest up in the outer space, Hamden. We'll be live broadcasting one of the stages there.
One.
Because I can't be at 2 places at once.
Can't.
I wish I could be. I wish there was a way. And I'm sure there probably is. I would need another audio interface, and I could do it because I have the 2 laptops.
That is true.
I would need a secondary audio interface, and I would be able to do it.
Damn.
Anyway, but I can be at 2 places at once, because we're at 2 places at once right now, dude. We're in OFNR and Metal Fortress.
Haha.
Shouts to fucking The Beast. Shouts to fucking Lady Rose. Flash. Fucking Misbehavior. In about 15 minutes or so, we've got Requiem from California calling in.
Nice.
Before we get to any of that, though, we should probably pick our band name.
Yes, we should do that.
Because it's 8:45 and we still hadn't done that.
Yeah, we got to get on that.
Usually one of the first things I like to take care of. I don't know what it means. Nothing.
I don't know if anything's going to beat Slim Jim in your mouth.
It was Slim Jim in your eye.
In your eye, sorry.
Yeah, July's winner was New York's Young Adults. Thus far for August, we've had Unshaven Brits, Meteor Deer, and Slim Jim in Your Eye.
Boom.
This is the last week, and then we'll put up the question tonight, I guess, after we pick this one. Which band name is the best?
Which one is it?
I'm warning everyone out there, for the first time ever, I've cracked open a Four Loko. And so, it's going to be like old school Neil and Bob days.
What do you think of it so far?
By 10 o'clock. It's actually not half bad.
Is it?
It does not taste at all like alcohol, and that's dangerous.
I think it's because it has like 75% caffeine in it.
Yeah, it's got like all kinds of fun things.
Jesus.
So
it looks like somebody camouflaged a kid at Discovery Zone.
It's like 12% alcohol too.
Christ.
so by the time 11 o'clock comes rolling around, I should be in good shape.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, each and every week we pick out a band name for no particular reason other than it's funny.
Yes.
It amuses us. I'm missing my co-hosts. Not that you're not great, Josh.
I
but
know.
I can't wait to hang out with Joe. Like, I'm drinking so profusely now. I'm doing the Four Loko to prepare my liver. Because
Smart move.
Because Saturday, I'm going to hang out with Stagger.
Ooh, that's going to be a rough one for
It's
you.
gonna be, I rewarned my wife. I was like, I'm going to Cherry Street Saturday night, and I won't be home till Sunday sometime.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to go to their hotel afterwards.
That's
Like, I'm not even going to drive home. I'm not even going to bother.
in your best interest.
I might even leave my car at Cherry Street
You probably should.
and have somebody from, like, Stagger drive me to the hotel.
well, I mean, if they're going there anyway. Yeah.
I
fuck
might
it.
just pick up a ride with them, and then, like, on the, in the morning, just be like, all right, drive me home.
Yeah, take me in my car, bitch.
Anyway, it's
Make
time
Joe
to
do it.
let's spin the wheel. I will.
Hit me with it. What you got?
Our band name always brought to you by Music Industry How To. Oh my God.
What is it?
Holy shit. Tonight, we are the Red Behind.
Oh, that is great.
It is absolutely outstanding.
Oh man, that might do it.
That might be the winner.
That might do it.
Tonight, we are Red Behind.
Is
That is awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty stellar.
Oh my God.
God damn it.
Our band name is always brought to you by Music How To. Go to musichowto.com/band/name-generator, and you too can get your own band name each and every week.
Yes, you can.
If you're looking to start up a band, maybe this is a good way to get your band name. Although I don't think you want to call yourselves Red Behind.
No, unless they were like an all-gay progressive band.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that might work.
If you missed out last week on our Eve to Adam interview, you can go check it out on OFNRforever.com. It's also up on YouTube. I didn't post the link. It's been a crazy weekend for me.
That's why I figured you didn't do it, because you
I've
were
been
at
at events all weekend.
The heat was bullshit.
The heat was bullshit.
How was the show, though? It looked like it was
so
awesome.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Damn it.
It was so good. Such a great time. So many great bands, dude. I'll just tell you right now, man. Archaic Decapitator.
Yeah.
We've talked to them here at OFNR, but have ever seen them live.
That's such a gnarly band name.
And they were crushing. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, Josh.
What are you gonna do?
For all those of you guys who missed it, I have this shit recorded.
Yeah.
If you missed Slothfest this year, this heat is bullshit. Tonight, after Indie 180, you can hear the entire fucking show.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately, the Eyes of the Dead set does get cut off at the end. I missed the last song and a half. Dude, I had not eaten all day. I was broke. Had no money. My head was pounding. I was like, dude, I gotta get the fuck. I'm gonna see Eyes at fucking Metal Diversity Fest.
I'm gonna see them enough.
I'm gonna see them enough that I can skip out on the last song.
Fuck it.
They'll be okay. Nobody missed me. I'm alright. So, after Indie 180
I
tonight,
don't even know how to make you feel better after saying that.
I don't give a fuck.
Nobody missed me.
After Indie 180, we're gonna replay the entire Slothfest. This heat is bullshit. Starting from the shape and going on down the line.
My girlfriend just took the gnarliest picture.
I think that's pretty fucking badass.
God. It looks like the sky's on fire.
Oh wow, it really does. Wow, dude, that is a gnarly. That should be a poster. She should totally get that printed up. Use Groupon.
That's Lost Wonderland photography. That looks insane. Jesus.
So there you go. Tonight, after Indie 180.
This heat is bullshit.
I think it's pretty cool, man.
That's a good idea.
I love when I'm able to do that kind of stuff.
What if you did it like that once in a while, where you're just like,
I do.
Actually,
I do. There are within our rotation. There is an entire live Cyperna set, an entire live Stagger set, an entire live Continuum set, an entire live Everybody Hates Me set. From over the I've got live sets from 2011. So every now and again, I'll play the whole set. Like during the day, you might catch an entire set of music from a local band.
God damn.
Because that's what we do here at OFNR.
Goddamn.
So if you missed any part of fucking This Heat is Bullshit, the Red Behind is going to give it to you tonight after Indy 180.
I gotta say, talking over the Dragon Force was actually pretty badass.
That's a good idea, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, man. I've actually got to make some new beds. It's been a fucking long-ass time since... I just don't never... I need an intern. Once I have my studio, I'm getting an intern.
Yeah,
I need one. Just one intern to help me out. To, like, cut up music beds, like, cut up the show. Like, you know, that kind of stuff. So this way I can do, like, the other stuff. Prepare the show.
Just do it, Johnny. Don't ask any questions.
You know, can pull clips for us, you know, from past shows and whatever.
That would be fucking awesome.
Be cool. I just don't have the time to be able to do it. So it'd be cool to have somebody else do it for me.
Do it.
We'll do it.
Yeah. Do it.
I do have quite a few articles to get through, but I don't know if we're going to get to them because we got about 6 minutes until Requiem calls in.
Yes.
But I did come across this video, and as a father, I found it awesome. I thought it was quite amusing. Kind of reminded me of something that Chaos might do. It's called Nap Time, and here, check this out. Yeah, I gotta rewind this here. Hang on.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hey, parents.
Wait. Let me
Oh, yeah, I've seen this video. I love it.
It's great.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey, parents. Tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting. But wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
So great.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-asleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99.
And there's more. I mean, it goes on for another probably minute and a half or whatever, but you get the idea.
I love how he's looking at me and goes, this is chloroform.
It's so great. Everybody should go check it out. I found it on Facebook personally. That's where I got it. I'll post the link on the Indy 180 group page. Go check it out. And it'll also be on, of course, OFNRforever.com. You can go check out last week's episode with Eve to Adam. It was a really great interview.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
And told it like it was.
Yeah, he did not sugarcoat shit. He was all on it.
Tonight we got Requiem. These guys have quite a few followers on Facebook, so it's going to be a really good time, I think. Find out, more about how long these guys have been doing what they're doing. But I've got a few articles here. I've got Greed Will Never Win, Update Your Metadata, and 9 labels work to try to fix a broken industry. I'm going to start with the Update Your Metadata, because I cannot fucking tell you as a music director for a radio station how many goddamn times I've got to fix the goddamn metadata for a fucking band because they have no fucking clue how to put their fucking song titles together within, Windows Media Player or whatever the fuck you're using to rip your music. You've got to put your artist information into the fucking file.
That's like the
and
first.
Save it. And then, copy it from there. Make all your fucking files one, whatever it is, names and whatever, composers and all that shit. Put that shit in there then save it, and then fucking like make your copies from that file. So this way, when you fucking give it to somebody, and I put it in my fucking player, I don't care how great it looks. If your fucking music is not listed, that's a pain in my balls. Now I've got to go back through your fucking CD and try to like name the files. What's worse, Josh, what pisses me off more is when a band hands me a disc of 4 songs and it says their band name on the fucking CD, but nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Just guess the name.
I've got no idea what the fuck your band name, the names of your songs are.
Song 1 and 6.
I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna put, band X, song 1 through 4.
But to teach them a lesson, just do it and then make a fake, thing.
Name?
Yeah, make a fake name for each one and be like, "This is what happens, motherfuckers."
When you don't do it?
Yeah, label your shit.
But like, even just on like the little insert or whatever, like on the cover. Just write the fucking shit.
Write it in a pen and then photocopy it and then just tape it to the fucking thing.
To the front cover, yeah. Or get a friend who's Photoshop fucking, savvy, who can fucking send you something and you can go to Staples and print out a fucking bunch of them.
Adam just sent me a text saying that the broadcast is breaking up.
I'm sure it is. If he
fucking
just had
deal with it.
If he just had the same weather we had.
Yeah. He said name the song Bag of Dicks.
Bag of yeah, I should. But like, it's so aggravating. You know what I do with those discs? I throw them away.
I don't blame you.
I throw them out.
I don't blame you.
And I feel shitty for throwing them out because I'm sure the music was probably pretty fucking good. I can't even put that in my fucking computer.
It's like being a big time record producer and then having the guys from Airheads come in and try to sell you their demo.
I'm not farting on no fucking snare drum, man.
God damn it, Pip.
See, now we're having these weird issues again. So, I don't know. Is the weather coming back through?
No, it shouldn't be. It's Aurora Borealis.
Maybe. I hate computers.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Somebody's calling in.
There we go.
Bet you it's Requiem.
Requiem.
Caller, you on the air with Official Fucking New Radio in Indy 180. What is up?
Hey, what's up? This is Steve Giuliano with Requiem.
Steve, what's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Going on, man?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Been a busy day.
Rock and roll, brother. We're only going to take up about an hour of your time, so we'll try to keep it snappy. I've got with me here my co-host Josh. We're hanging out. We are here on OFNR.
What's up, Josh?
We're here live on OFNR, Official Fucking New Radio. We're also simulcast on Metal Fortress Radio tonight, and then syndicated again on Thursday, so everybody can check out the show.
Awesome.
But dude, thank you so much for calling in. I know you're from you guys are from California, right?
Yeah, we're from a small little beach town about, I'd say, 70 miles south of San Francisco, so called Santa Cruz.
Yeah, you're down there, huh?
Right on.
Yeah, we're right on the coast and right on the beach, and it's really cool. It's an amazing place to live.
Right on the beach. Now, you guys have a shit ton of fucking social followers. How long have you guys been a band?
As Requiem, we've been a band for about a year and a half. We, before I was in a band called I Am Ghost on Epitaph Records for about 6 years, and toured a lot, and kind of built a pretty awesome fan base with that band. And then after 5 years, it kind of just constant touring and just literally never being home, 300 days a year touring. I just decided for myself that it was just something that I just didn't want to really do anymore. So I left the band and kind of just didn't do music at all for actually a good couple of years. I just went back and did what I was doing before. The whole band thing was like graphic design and animation, which was what I moved to LA for, actually, was the reason why, I went down there. And the whole band thing kind of happened just by accident. If you would have told me or asked me as a kid or even in high school, hey, you're going to be in a touring rock band, I would have just been like, yeah, right. That was never something I, dreamed about like some kids do. It was kind of like one of those things that just kind of happened, completely skewed me to a different direction in life, which was rad, though. I mean, I had a great time.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, that's pretty fucking gnarly, man.
It's funny because how he mentions that, when you're a kid, they always ask you, what do you want to be? I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a policeman. No kid ever says, "I want to rock," you know, and
Yeah,
they never say it.
I mean,
Dude,
I didn't. There's friends that were in punk bands, and I go see them play, and they had dreams and aspirations of doing it and getting signed. And when I kind of one day was just at a party in Malibu where I used to live for like 4 years, and this band was doing like Sublime covers, and they had a singer, and it was kind of like karaoke night at the party. People were just taking the mic and just singing songs, and I happened to sing like Santeria, or I forgot the song I sang, but it was some famous Sublime song. And afterwards, the band was like, "Dude, we need a singer, and you sang really good." And I was like, "Well, at the time I was interning at Disney. I was working, going to college. Like, the only thing I wanted to do was do animation and work on films." But so I kind of said, "No, it's cool. I'm not really into it." And then it's just kind of one of those things where every time I saw them, they kept bringing it up. And then one day I was just like, "You know what? Okay, let's try this."
They just beat you down, like, "No, just do it, man."
Yeah, it was kind of like, hey, all right, I'll practice. And then I played my first show. I remember it was in Santa Monica at the Alligator Lounge, and there was no bands really in Malibu, so we were like the only band. So it was kind of like a large fan base came. We had a lot of friends, and there was it was like a punk ska band, so there was like a lot of members too. So, but I remember just falling in love with that night. Like, just that was like one of the best nights of my life.
Was it just like
the crowd and the mosh pits? And
so was it like the whole scene in general that just kind of drew you into it?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up as a kid, like a little kid, doing musicals. Like, I was in Tommy and Gypsy and Chorus Line, and musicals as a kid. So I knew how to sing, and I guess you can say classically trained, because when you do musicals, you have to sit down with the conductor, and you got to sit down with the director and at a piano and really belt out your, you got to be in key, and you got to also learn to like project yourself, because you're not being mic'd. And you're on stage in front of, there's 1,000 people in front of you in seats. You got to make sure the person in the back can hear you, So I kind of learned at an early age correctly how to sing. The band thing was kind of like just happened. And then after that happened, I started a bunch of punk bands just while working. I started working in movies and stuff, doing storyboards and other things. And that was still my concern and still my main focus. And the band thing was kind of like a thing I did for like fun, like on weekends. And then one day, my band I Am Ghost, we just got all these labels interested in us, and the rest was history. I guess we decided to go to Epitaph, and it was from then on for 5 years. I was literally on tour, like just touring the world, Europe and all of the U.S. and Canada, and it was awesome. And then, but I wasn't really ready. I don't think any of us were. All 6 members in that band were not. We were all young, and some of them were straight out of high school, and we didn't really know each other, and it was kind of like thrown into the fire, So
now, with that being said, I mean, you've toured, you've gone around the world. If you could take your current band, Requiem, out on tour with any band, dead or alive, who would you take your band out on tour with?
It's funny because I don't listen really to a lot of the stuff that my band, or I guess you could say the newer kids, are listening to. I
joined the club.
Requiem did tour. We got back from we did a 2-month tour with William Control about a few months ago. We were on tour around the entire U.S. and that was amazing. But I grew up on like old school punk and like the Suicide Machines from Detroit, Michigan. That would be a band that I would love, even though they broke up. And bands like NoFX or Bad Religion and those kind of bands is what I grew up on. I really don't. I mean, I listen to like bands that are like relative now, just so I know what's going on in the scene. I don't want to be those guys like I have no clue what's happening type guy. But to be completely honest, and I'm not here to like throw any bad vibes or blood. I just don't really connect with the newer bands, to be completely honest. A lot of them, because they all sound the same, to be completely honest.
Totally.
That's just my biggest thing.
Yeah. Now, I had read today, it's kind of cool to be able to talk to somebody who's been in the punk industry and toured with a bunch of different punk bands. I'd read today in an article about, it was like basically blaming pop punk for like mistreating women and mistreating girls, and I felt it was like, of course, it's an opinion piece, but I felt it was so like ridiculous to clump all.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
all of one genre
Saw that.
into like this bash piece where it's like, yeah, all pop punk are frat guys who fucking want to rape girls, and it's like, no, man, that's just not how it is, man. There's tons of pop punk bands that I dig that like would be classified quote unquote pop punk. A lot of stuff off the Fat Records camp, would kind of be classified.
I think the biggest reason is that they're pointing at pop punk bands is that the fan base and the genre in general is young kids. Like, you're not gonna, if you're a metal band, the crowd's a little bit older. Usually got more 22, 23-year-old dudes and girls. Same for like the death metal or hardcore. The crowd's a little bit younger. Older, and even for like rock and country, and you still get a little bit of the kids and stuff. But when you say pop punk, you're gonna, when you look at because I used to be in a pop punk band. When you look in the crowd, you're going to see mostly 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids.
True.
The occasional 20 and 30-year-old.
Sure.
It's going to be hugely, to that genre. So I think they have more of these kids coming nowadays, and with their iPhones and their smartphones, and they're able to like get the singer's number. Because I haven't, I get asked it a lot at a show.
Yeah, sure.
A kid or a fan will be like, "Hey, Steve, let's go get some food afterwards." And I'm usually like, "Oh, that's cool." And then they're like, "Hey, maybe I'll get your number and we can hang out, later when you come back to Detroit or, Iowa." And I always decline. I always say, "No, it's cool, man. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but I kind of just want to keep it, professional.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a musician and I'm touring and I'm playing a show for you. But besides that, I don't want to get too, I don't want to dwell too much and get fans' numbers, because that could just be really bad. My band has a rule. We've had it since day one, because we have an RV bus when we tour, and there's no one allowed in our RV under the age of 18. That's just a given rule.
Well, yeah, and rightfully so. Why would you even put yourself in that sort of position? And I mean, especially in today's like hypersensitive, super
politically correct,
and like, and this isn't even a politically correct issue, but like, it's super sensitive, hyper fucking everybody's filming everything and shit. Yeah, you don't need that.
Exactly.
Shit, man.
Well, I learned it from Kevin Lyman of Warped Tour. When I did Warped Tour 2 years in a row, and then another year after with I Am Ghost, and he had that rule backstage and on the buses that no one can go where the buses load that are under the age of 18. I guess there's problems before that, which he never really told any of the bands, but I can only assume what happened. But yeah, and that's the thing too. When you got cameras now and you got photos, and like if I'm into my bus and I'm having a beer, and I just don't feel comfortable having fans on the bus. I just don't. I think I don't. Friends, people when you. A lot of times you'll hit the same city like 9 times in like 2 years, and you start seeing the same people, and they're more than just fans. They're more like your friends, and sometimes you can crash at their house, whatever.
Sure, right.
Those are the people then you kind of like, all right, I know you, I trust you. You're not gonna film me and put it on Facebook,
right,
or
exactly.
some other site,
right? Unless you're busting my balls, and that's okay.
Yeah. No, and my band's pretty young too. I mean, we got 2 guys that just turned 20. I mean, they're freaking young. So
wow.
When we just did this tour, they were all 19.
Wow.
And
Jesus.
I had to deal with the fact, like, we got the older guys who were like in their late 20s, and then you got the guys who were like, still teenagers, and you're kind of like in this weird clusterfuck of the old crowd and the kids still, and that's the cool thing, I guess, about being in a band. You kind of like never grow up type thing, which is true. It's kind of cool, kind of the Peter Pan syndrome, I guess.
Right.
No,
so
ignorant.
Let's talk about sense. I mean, you have so much experience touring and doing these things. What about best show ever and worst show ever? Because I mean, you've had
God,
you've had so many.
Well, right now I can tell you the worst show ever was last week.
Got him.
It's fresh in my veins, and I'm so pissed off.
Oh, please tell us
about it. We played a show
in
Fresno at this festival called Summerland, and it was weird because it was a bunch of like late 90s, early 2000 headliners like Everclear and like Fuel and Toadies and so I mean we have a actually really decent, pretty large fan base in Fresno, and we played there a lot. So when we got offered, I said yeah, and we went and we showed up, and the stage was. There's like 4 or 5 stages. Of course, the main stage was just for like the huge headliners. You know, even that stage was a piece of shit. But dude, the stage we played on, the 105.1 FM stage, was like boards on a grass, like no stage, like 2 inches high,
ground floor,
enough for a drummer to like put his drum set on. That was it. We played in the grass. Like I felt like I was playing a backyard party, like back when I was like, 19 years old. Like that's how bad it was. And it was that for the rest. It was like that for all the stages. And what I felt bad. Well, I even made a speech like, after the last song. I said I probably pissed off the promoters. I really don't. I'm one of those guys. I just say whatever the fuck's on my mind. I really don't care. But I was mostly bummed for the local bands that I guess they had to sell tickets and all that, and they had to like really promote the show, and they had to sell a certain amount. For us, we were kind of one of the headliners, so we didn't have to sell tickets, and we actually got paid. But I was really bummed because I was talking to a lot of the openers and the local support, and I was just talking to them how many tickets they had to sell and how much bullshit they had to go through, and to be played on that stage was just like complete disrespect. And I don't care how big I get. I mean, the best show ever for me personally, I guess we go from that, would be in Europe. We played the Czech Republic at a festival, completely different, like complete skewered 180. That was in front of like 50,000 people, and that was we were treated amazing.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it's a lot.
The stage was ridiculous. I mean, it's just one of those things where you like life changing. Like you walk off that stage.
Yeah, dude, 50,000 people. Yeah. I think I might poo myself.
I can't like piss in a public bathroom with like 2 guys in the same room. Like, oh god. They're going to hear me pee.
Because Europe, and it's not just U.S., I mean, U.S. kids are jaded. I mean, all bands know this. I mean, every band that talks that's actually toured know that every U.S. show, there's a weird kind of jaded, I can go to 10 shows a night, where, at least in California, I mean, I don't know about like the Midwest and all those other places, but in Europe, man, they treat bands like they just treat bands like kings, and you get your rider, you get everything you want backstage. They really treat you well. Like it's kind of weird, like how American bands and promoters and venues don't do that.
I think one is about money. I think one is more about money, and one is more about just enjoying what you're doing.
Exactly.
And listening. It's a whole. Dude, I mean, honestly, I've never been to. I've never toured. I've never done any of that shit, but. At the same time, you hear these stories and you see these articles, and it's just about every single band is like, all right, well, their rider is they want a bottle of Jack Daniels, for sipping on, and there's 3 backstage, and it's like, all right, guys, here's this, here's that, and it's just, I think it's just a love for the music itself, which is why they want to keep it going. I think it's just a different mentality in general.
We had to fight. I mean, when I was in I Am Ghost, when we were, at the height of I Am Ghost's career, when we were bringing, 500 to 600 kids a show, or more sometimes, like, I'd look in the crowd and it'd be like a sold out show, and then I'd look at backstage and we'd be lucky enough to get like a freaking, a pizza, for the band to share, and maybe some like Doritos and maybe some bottled water. And that was it. And
no brown M&Ms, goddammit.
None.
No brown M&Ms.
None, goddammit.
We weren't like this ridiculous. Like we must have blue M&Ms and that's it. Like
if I find one,
we just wanted stuff that normal bands want when you're on a 12-hour drive and you want to get some dinner before you play. And
what I think.
But then you go back to Europe. Yeah. Europe, you go backstage, and they literally give you everything and more. Like, I don't think I had one show in Europe, even like the really like poor countries like Poland or, you know, some of the places in Spain, which were really, you know, you can tell like walking in that they're not really a big, you know, wealthy city. They still got you everything. And like you said, it was more like, thank you so much for being here. You know, let's make this amazing show. Or the promoter is kind of like, they just care about what the draw is. They really don't give a shit about if the band had a great time or not. I mean, I feel like I'm some asshole jaded guy talking about this. But, I mean, I've talked to so many bands about this.
It's cool because you know what, we had Taki from Eve to Adam on here last week, and he was pretty much saying the exact same shit. Man. You know, it's true, man. You know, people don't realize how hard it is for bands that are touring to get from place to place to place, and like the things that they don't even think about, like for instance, you know, like socks. You know, like socks are like such a.
That's actually one of the.
You gotta have that in your
things
rider.
I tell my band: bring as many pairs of socks as you can, man.
Yeah, dude. Because you get them wet and you're like, fuck.
Remember the scene in Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Lieutenant didn't take care of your feet. Your socks are important.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You don't get to do a lot of laundry on tour, and you know, socks are the first usually to go. And you know, I don't know, that's something that when I sit down like for dinner with other bands that I've toured with or that I've toured a lot, and we start talking about our life and about Europe and other countries, it's always goes back to, yeah, man, Europe was freaking amazing. Or Japan was freaking amazing. It was never, you know, I have a lot of friends that are promoters, and it's tough because, like you said, like kids here are so jaded, at least in California, and especially in LA, where I Am Ghost was from. We were from Orange County. I mean, a kid can open out the LA Weekly, Orange County Register, and there's literally 6 shows a night that they can go to. Any like big bands coming in, you know, and it's kind of like whatever. It's a band where, you know, you play the Midwest and a kid gets one good metal show once every 3 months. Then, you know, those are the places I would play. Actually, those are the kids that you want to play for. You know,
absolutely. Oh, absolutely, and that's the thing, you know, when you find those people who are so like devoted, it's kind of like around here, like in Connecticut, there's a lot of devoted motherfuckers who go out to just about everything.
Yeah,
you know, you see them at every goddamn show, and you're like, yes, you are fucking awesome. You are so great for fucking being out here supporting bands and shit like that, man. We've got a lot of metal here, you know. We don't have too many punk bands. There's a few that are really awesome, but you know, the metal here is just nuts, and it's really nuts.
But you know what's great about this community, and I wanted to say this last week, is I mean, I don't know how it is in any other state. I haven't really been into the music scene. I mean, I've traveled, but I haven't really gotten into it. But I've noticed that no matter who the fuck you run into at one of these fucking metal shows, it doesn't matter if you've known them for 10 years or 10 minutes. These dudes are some of the most real motherfuckers you've ever met, and they'll give you the shirt off their back because they're genuine.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's
it's
what makes me feel
family.
proud.
I mean,
yes.
when I was in the punk scene, you know, you go to the same Vet Hall show and you see the same guys that, you know, one every week, and, you know, they become like brothers and sisters because that's who you see. You know, you actually kind of almost see them more than you see your own brother and sister because you're constantly, you know, out with them, and, you know,
you're on the prowl for shows.
I think every scene has that. I mean, I don't want to be those guys like, oh, the punk scene was, you know,
absolutely,
the metal scene. I like everything. I literally,
definitely.
My whole life, I've been told by many people arguments of how I think, you know, I like country and I like, you know, jazz fusion and I like, you know, musicals, and I am seriously the most strangest playlist on my iPhone when I'm like traveling. Like,
you know,
which brings us to our next question.
It totally brings me to my next question, dude. If Josh and I here at Indie 180 OFNR were to give you an MP3 player and you give it back to us in a month and you can't delete anything, what guilty shit might we find on there that you're like totally into?
God damn it.
For me, there is no guilt. There's no guilt. I have no bands where I'm like, oh man, I don't know about this, because I especially being thrown in the musicals. You know, as I was 8 years old when I did my first musical. I don't know. I feel that for me personally, whatever sounds good. If it makes you like kind of like, you know, kick your feet up a little bit, or you kind of hum, or just makes you feel good, because that's basically why people listen to music, or why people do anything, is because it makes you feel good. That's why you go see a movie. It makes you feel good for that 2 hours. So people eat freaking a big ass juicy burger because it makes it fucking taste good. And that's why people listen to music, because it makes them feel good when they're driving. You know, most people, unless the misogynist assholes, usually don't do things that piss them off or they don't like. You know, like, so for me, I honestly, it could be anything. It could be. I even have like crazy 80s commercials, like from theme songs. Like I have everything. Like, I don't know.
Nice. You know, I'm right with I'm right there with you, man. Like
Absolutely.
if you go through my CD collection, you know, and I have like 700 or something now.
More.
You go through it and you're like, wait a minute, here's soundtracks for like classical movies. There's
I have
classical
the Top
music,
Gun soundtrack,
there's
motherfucker.
country, there's rock, there's rap, there's fucking, you know. Look, man, if you start saying I don't listen to, for me, you know, pop is kind of where I stop. I'm just not into it. It's just not my bag. But everything else is kind of fair game. Country, a lot of people are like, oh, I can't stand listening to country. Well, listen, you're probably listening to the commercial country.
Yes.
And you should expand your horizons a little bit. I bet you find something that you actually do kind of like. And the thing, you know, the thing is, like, nowadays, you have to be an active consumer when it comes to music. You can't just be a lazabout and fucking expect to be provided with brand new material and brand new music. You got to go looking for it. And there's so much. You could be inundated in 2 seconds, whether you go on Pandora or Spotify or YouTube, or fucking just go on a station like ours, or the thousands upon thousands of others that do the same kind of thing. You can find brand new music that you fucking are
definitely. The internet is a double-edged sword, in my opinion. I mean, you got the fact that the kid can go online and search. You know, there's a million different bands he can about around the world, but then you have that oversaturation where now his mind is completely mind-fucked. Now there's just so much out there. It's like, how do I really kind of like rap onto somebody? Or, you know, like when I was a kid, you know, there was internet, but like it wasn't to what it is now, you know?
No.
And, if I wanted to find out about a band, I honestly had to go to a show and go, oh, I just saw a show, and this band I've never heard of from Tallahassee, Florida, just opened, and they're freaking awesome. And I got their demo, and now I'm going to burn a copy, and that's how you kind of fall in love with that band back in the day. And I think back when I was a kid, but I mean, back then, it was kind of like you really, really fell in love with, you know, and kind of jumped on a band and kind of like really kind of grew with them. Whereas now, kids are like, if kids even feel your music's kind of like, they just move on. They go later dudes, and they just go on to the next metalcore band. You know? So.
And the thing is, like, there was an article we did way back in like the beginning of the year that talked about the time span that people now listen to music, and we're looking at 30 to 60 seconds. We're looking at seconds, not minutes, not albums, not. You know, the attention span is so fucking quick because I can go on YouTube right now. I can search any fucking band you give me, and I guarantee you I'm going to find something. And I can listen to it right then and there immediately. It's an immediate reaction, man. I'm totally with you. I'm a 36-year-old individual. My first job ever was a fucking record store. Remember those? Those are the places you can actually go into and buy music. And like fucking release day mattered. Tuesdays was a fucking big day. It mattered. People would come out in fucking droves to get the newest shit on Tuesdays, because if they didn't, they were like the pariahs of their fucking community.
I stood in line for 4 hours to get Lateralis.
Dude, because if you didn't get it, then like your friends would be like, "You're a fucking poser, man. You don't love these band. You don't love this band. You didn't fucking
wait, man."
Yeah, dude, I fucking got that shit.
It's just instant access, really. I mean, the fact is, when we were younger, or like people in the old days, like a record player, or like even a tape player, like if you put your friend's demo, like they give you a demo and you put it in, and you're listening to it, and it's kind of like, Like nowadays, you just push the next button, which goes to the next song instantly. You know, half a second. You on. Back then, you had to fast forward it, or you had to rewind it. You know, and
pick up the needle.
I think back then you had more of a chance to like give things a chance. I think you were kind of like, all right, this isn't what I'm really thinking. I'm going to keep listening though, and you're kind of listening. Oh, actually, this is kind of cool. Like kids don't give anything a chance nowadays. Kind of listen to it. Oh, I like it. Boom.
So
later, and it's gone.
So
now,
forever. Where do you stand as far as do you like going out and buying records? Do you prefer having it digitally or?
Well, I mean, I'm always going to prefer the digital just for the simple satisfaction because it's so easy where I can put, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 songs on my phone, which is, awesome.
Yeah, no longer do you have to flip through
about
books.
Picking up our vinyl and just looking at it and looking at the art in the back and opening it up, and there's just something cool about it. I can't explain it.
To me, it's like buying into the system. For me, I feel like I'm part of the band, even though I'm not. I've never picked up an instrument. I've never played a song, but I know every lyric from every song. I know when the record was produced. I know who fucking produced it. I know who played on it. Like, I'm part of the whole fucking process. Nowadays, you don't buy the shit. You just go online, you get it for free, you play it, whatever, you stream it, you're done. There's no connection. There's no ownership. There's no, I am part of this because I fucking actually did something.
Yeah, I mean, even CDs are obsolete now. I mean,
totally.
I guess I heard like Sony, who prints CDs. I mean, they're literally their labels like not even gonna, like, I guess they said in the next 5 years are completely gonna get rid of their printing plants.
Sure,
yeah.
It's gonna be all digital, all iTunes, all Amazon, online. There's really no reason anymore to have a CD and open it up. That's the other thing. I remember my first like punk CD ever. I bought NoFX's Punk and Drublick.
Great record.
And I remember this day opening the CD and opening that freaking 9-page artwork. And it just had all their flyers from, all their shows they had in the past, and it had all the lyrics written down and had photos and stories. And I remember just reading that and going, "This is freaking awesome." And
it's so cool.
Now kids don't have that same feeling anymore.
Absolutely.
It's kind of weird.
So what about first album that you ever bought with your own money, and what's the most recent thing that you picked up?
Well, the first album with my own money was, I don't remember my own money. I think it was probably the Punk and Drublick album, which is 95, 96. I think that came out, but I remember my first ever vinyl was given to me for Christmas was Michael Jackson's Thriller. I can still remember that.
I had that on vinyl too.
Yesterday.
Oh my god, shit! We fucking skipped that thing off my pavement at my house like a frisbee, and I'm thinking to myself, what a dumbass!
Why did I do that?
What a fucking stupid.
God damn it!
I didn't appreciate it.
That was probably
back when
one
I
of the coolest Christmases ever.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking badass, man. And that's the thing, man. Is we remember these things, but will our next generation remember when they heard X, Y, or Z?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I honestly don't think so. I honestly don't. I think that music has become very disposable in the sense that, like, much like we've been talking about, you're on to the next track within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If it's not really kicking your ass and like really moving you, you're gone.
Well, see, I think I might have come from that next level generation where
the middle.
I got the CD and I was really stoked to get it, but I look at it this way: is if I didn't skip a track and I could listen to most of the album without skipping, that's when I knew it was fucking incredible.
They're a great band, absolutely. And there's so many bands that you go, that album fucking changed my life.
Yeah, I don't have to. Well, that's how I feel about the Lateralis. When that came out, that fucked me up because I didn't want to turn it because I'm like, wait, there's only 6 minutes has gone by. There's probably still 6 more minutes left of this song. I want to hear it.
I mean, every generation has, everybody has that time in their life when they get, to a certain age where they're kind of like, back when I was a kid, I think everybody's done that. My mom has done it. I'm sure my grandpa did it. Back when I was a kid, music was better,
goddamn.
So I'm sure we're doing the same thing now. I mean, it's funny we say this, but it's just it's going to keep happening. When in 20 years, the kids now, the little scene kids, are going to be like, back when I was going to work for in 2015.
Back when I had
music was music, and you're like, what? We don't. It's just the way it is. Life is kind of funny.
Absolutely. So let's do this here. Let's take a quick music break. Why don't we play a track from you guys? You sent me over four tracks. Is there one in particular that you wanted me to play over any others? Sophie's choice.
They're so different. I mean, I guess I'd play The Unexplainable Truth, which is the title of our album, which is in stores now, which is kind of a good way to segue to tell people that we have an album that we so Requiem did get signed to Cleopatra Records, which is a subdivision of
congratulations, man.
Universal Records. And we were very stoked to be on that label, and they were awesome. And the album came out last October, so it's been out for almost a year. But we were only together for a few months when we wrote it, and so it's kind of funny because we're writing the new album right now, the new Requiem album. And now it's kind of like we've been a band for a year and a half. We know now what the hell we're doing, and we know what kind of sound we want to do. So we're super stoked for people to hear. I think our first single will come out in October. But if people want to hear, never heard of us, I play The Unexplainable Truth. I think that's a good kind of gateway drug.
Hang on the line with us here. We're going to come back.
Sure.
We'll talk some more. We'll talk more about the recording process and things like that. Hey, you guys are keeping it locked right here on Official FN Radio. Of course, MetalFortressRadio.com. We're simulcasting our show each and every week. Thank you so much. Syndicated on the Indie Authority on Thursdays from 4 to 7. So check that out. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in about 4 minutes. Here is some Requiem with The Unexplainable Truth right here on Official Fucking New Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Before one night, all the cops come and take us.
Requiem, The Unexplainable Truth.
Boom. That was a gnarly track right there.
Yeah, pretty fucking. I like it, dude.
It was powerful.
Yeah, I like it. Look, I like
Thank you.
I like that punky kind of stuff. Anyway, I like a lot of different things, but
it was like punk mixed with a little bit of power metal.
Right.
Exactly.
It's cool. So now let's
That's
talk.
definitely something we try to, do with our music. Is I've never wanted to be one of those bands where it's like we're a metal band, so then we can only play metal bands on tour, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to be a band where we would fit, like literally, a Requiem could play a pop punk show, we could play a metal show, we can play a hardcore show, and we do pretty well. I think. I don't think we would get like murdered or anything. So,
right?
Kind of fun.
What are your thoughts on? And I mean, I know you're not necessarily in the metal genre, but what are your thoughts on this splitting of hairs, where it comes to like, oh, it's this kind of this, or it's it's like
the subgenres.
The subgenres it's really
getting out of control.
It's getting a little out of nuts, man.
Oh man, I go to a lot of shows. I go to a lot of metal shows. Metal in Santa Cruz is actually pretty big, and that's something I kind of stay away from, because when it comes to like the whole nitpicking of what the hell is, I've never liked that. And that's the hardest thing, is when people go, "Hey, so you're in a band?" Yeah, and so what kind of music is it? I'm like, I have no freaking clue, dude. Like, I usually tell them, like, I say that. I'm like, I don't know. Like, punk, metal, rap. No, I don't say rap, but like, it's literally everything. It's that's a hard thing for me to really say to people. And when I go, and it's the thing about it is mostly people online. It's the trolls that sit on there and go to the message boards or the comments, and they, they're protected, behind a screen, and they can talk shit about, all these bands, and that they're not, they're not hardcore enough, or they're not metal enough, And a lot of it now, I'm like a band like Bring Me the Horizon. They've been putting out a bunch of new singles out just with their new album coming out soon. It's nothing like their last album. It's way more mellow. No screaming anymore, and people are flipping out. The kids are flipping out, literally, like, oh my god, I wish they'd go back to their old stuff. I'm like, I actually told this to somebody today. It'd be like every day waking up and eating the same peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day for 5-6 years, because that's what people want you to do. Like, after that 5 years, you're going to go, dude, I want to eat something else.
Well, I was going to ask you about.
Let me make a freaking ham sandwich or something. I don't know.
I was going to ask you about that, because I mean, there's a lot of talk in all the genres too. There's a lot of bands that those guys sold out. Those guys, they changed because of the record. It's like, no, maybe the band grew as a band and like said, we should try something a little different. We don't have to go 1,000 beats a second, whatever. I think you're right on the money, man. You can't possibly eat the
99.9% of bands are not selling out because the label tells them to change their music. Usually labels now, when they sign a band, know what the hell they're getting themselves into. Down to the days where a label will just sign, a band and kind of like rework them and write songs for them and have a producer come in and just write everything. Like, they don't do that anymore. Like, they kind of like now, labels want a band that's almost actually already kind of like made a staple in the underground scene, at least. And by that, meaning they don't want the band to change, to be completely honest. But I think when you play music as aggressive as I do, or the other bands like Bring Me the Horizon, for like so long, with the screaming, and every time you get on stage, you gotta like pump yourself up and be angry, and it just kind of like, that was one of the things for I Am Ghost, which I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't every day get on stage and do it, like pretend, I guess you can say, because it just I wasn't feeling it anymore. And I'm one of those guys where if I'm not feeling something, I just move on. I hate to say that, but I'd rather just, I don't want to be, stuck. And same for like relationships. I mean, I've been always like that. If I'm miserable, like, I don't sit there and
what's the
sit in
point?
a relationship for three years. I'm over it. I just peace.
Yeah, what's the point?
Out.
Exactly, dude. Life is short, man. We gotta take the chances that we get. It's like, I don't got time to fuck around. I don't got time to be mad and pissed off.
That's some
I totally
deep
get,
shit.
Totally get what you're saying, man. I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I get people like, oh, I know a lot of people that been pushing their band for like 7 years and 8 years, and they haven't got signed, and they haven't but they're still trying, which is cool. Like, whatever you want to do, I don't care. But sometimes you got to know when the horse is dead, you got to shoot it, or when it's about to die, or or when the ship's about to sink. You got to. People know, but there's people that kind of like are their mindset where they don't want to. They don't want to like look for new members. They don't want to like have to write another album and write new music or create another band name. It's too much work. And it's for me. I've always been opposite. Like, I don't mind the work. I'd rather be happy.
Sure. So what's the hardest thing about being a touring musician? I mean, what that people may not understand. We've got a lot of listeners who aren't musicians at all, let alone touring musicians. What's the hardest part about being a professional musician?
Honestly, the number one is making a living. Like, you get a lot of kids that, will hit you up on Facebook or Twitter and bitch that you're not. I mean, I hate to say the word bitch, but to me, it sometimes gets annoying where like you're not touring enough, you didn't play my city or this and that, and it's like, well, look, touring is expensive, and a lot of bands barely break even touring, and a lot of us, have jobs, and we have mortgages, and we have rent, and we have bills, and we have college, stuff to pay for that we're still paying for, and it's like, I wish kids would understand that when bands are on tour and when bands are playing shows, they're taking a huge risk. They're taking huge risks. They're leaving their family. They're leaving usually the wife or the girlfriend, their kids. A lot of bands to go play music for this, for a kid up in Toronto, and they kind of like don't realize that they think it's all fun and games and we're just having a blast, which a lot of times we are. I mean, I love touring. I think it's fun, but you have to have a weird career choice, like to want to do this for a living, and like I mean, a lot of people can't be in a band like us and like Requiem and other bands because they literally can't get off work. Like, how can a guy who, pays $1,200 a month in rent, and he works at Best Buy or something, how is he gonna take off 2 months and have no income? And it's a risk. They have to go, okay, well, maybe hopefully pray to God we make money in merch, and pray to God maybe the guarantees won't fall through. And this is not coming from a band that's like unsigned and like barely has a fan base. This is bands that are signed on good labels that that I know are still struggling, like huge bands actually. I mean, it's weird, like, and there's people that tell me all the time, like, what should I do? I want to do a career path in music, and I'm kind of like stuck where I want to be the guy like, yeah, go for your dreams, do it, because you should, because I did it, but then there's the guy who
the reality
the
check guy, the reality check guy,
the guy's like, yo, what about your phone bill and your mortgage, and you have a wife with a kid on the way, like, you really want to go on, like, I get guys like all the time, like, can you do that, like, and you got to decide, like, it's mostly a risk, and this is coming from a guy that's been on major labels his whole life,
and that's the thing,
I've always been a risk,
I don't think a lot of people realize, especially nowadays. I mean, it's so different now than it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but like, even 20 years ago, I mean, look, if you had a record deal, you still had to pay that shit back. It was like having a loan. It was like having a student loan or any other kind of fucking debt. They would give you, let's say, $1 million, but you got to pay that fucking shit back somehow. Whether it's playing, whether it's merch, whether it's tours, whether it's all those things. And people don't realize, that was such a great life. Not really, man. These guys, you got to fucking get up early. You got to fucking drive fucking thousands of miles to get to the next place and hope to God that fucking 20, 30, 100, fucking 200, 500 people come out.
Exactly.
These aren't,
the thing about it, like you said, you're right on, is that the labels, what they are, they're a bank, and everything they spend on a band is recouped. Doesn't matter what it is, down to the last dime, and then once the band pays back everything that the label put into it, then you start seeing a little bit of income. And I'm not saying that you can't make a living being in bands, because I know plenty of bands that are guarantees are so ridiculously high that they're doing freaking pretty well, actually.
Totally.
I'm just talking about the guy, Joe Schmo, who just started a rock band, and he wants to go and... That's another thing. I come across a lot of friends, like, they get a band started, and then, like, 4 months later, like, all right, man, we want to go on tour. Like, what do you recommend? And I say, don't go on tour. What are you doing? Like you need to build a fan base first. What kids are you going to draw at these shows? Like, you know, and they're just, I mean, I kind of, you know, I could write a book about this, literally. Like, I've seen everything that can happen on tour, or being in a label, or being in a band. Like, I've seen the good side, the bad side, anything that's happened. I've seen the weirdest shit on stage that's gone wrong. I've seen it, like, and sometimes I'll tell people, look, this is what I've seen, and a lot of times they don't like what they hear. They want me to like, tell them this
sugar-coated
world.
Don't listen to me, Johnny.
It's not like that. I'm not saying it's a horrible way to make a living, or don't do it, because you should let out your dreams. Because I would regret, like, not doing,
sure,
you know,
totally,
you know, seeing Europe and all those times. You know, I would regret it. Like, so
it's the same. Yeah. It's the same here, man. Look, the only reason OFNR exists is so I can talk to people like you. That's it. I'm a fucking music fan with way too much time on my hands. That's the only reason I started this radio station.
Yeah, buddy.
was to find, you know, be able to like, I'm an active music consumer, man. And what better way to be an active music consumer than be a 24-hour radio station that, like, I'm constantly getting brand new music, and I'm finding bands that are way above and beyond fucking anything that FM stations will ever fucking give me. Ever, man. And it's like, if you do that, if you're an active consumer, you can find bands that you're just like, whoa. Once again, you have that feeling of like, I got to tell my friends about these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
These guys are so fucking good. So with that in mind, I mean, we're about independent, supporting global independent music. What independent bands or unsigned bands have you come across that you're like, man, these guys are really something special?
Well, I mean, music aside, I mean, I like it. There's a lot of bands out there that you know, I can give a shout out to, but the one, like, the hardest working bands I've ever seen is like a band called Farewell My Love. They're a really awesome bunch of guys. We did like a 2-week tour with them. I don't believe they're signed right now, but it's one of those bands where they're doing it right. Like, you wake up like on tour and they're already up, they're already promoting, they've already like hit up all their social media sites, they've already talked to their fans, they've gotten to the show early, they've, you know, they have the merch, they have the CD, they have the look, and it's one of those things where I wish a lot of bands would realize that, you know, there's a lot of things that people realize that you can't just pick and choose what you want to do and hope that you're going to have a long-lasting career in music, because it's kind of like, if you want to be in a band that tours for the rest of your life, then you got to play the game, you know?
You got to do it, yeah. And
you got to.
And that's the thing.
Sense,
I think a lot of people forget that step. They just want to go, like, they don't want to do that the part that actually matters.
No, they want it
which
overnight.
is the work.
Yes.
And the work is the biggest thing, and the promotion, that's another thing, and going online and talking to fans and promoting your band and having a, you know, a good Twitter account that, you know, is actually relevant, and Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
You got to do it, and then you got to dress up, and you got to have that merch. You got to maybe put some money into your, you know, instead of going out to Vegas with your chick for the weekend and spend, you know, $700. You might have to put that $700 into like all new merch, and like it's that's what you got to do, and it's to be in a band. And a lot of guys don't want to do that. They feel like you know, they just want to pick and choose, and then they get bummed that they're not on a label and they're not touring. It's there's a reason for that.
You
know?
put the work in.
Well, yeah, you gotta. I mean, and that's the thing. I think there's a lot of bands, and of course, a lot of fans too, that think, you know, the bands that make it, quote unquote, and that therein lies a, you know, very rubbery kind of terminology. But the bands that quote unquote make it, man, these guys have worked for decades, not like a couple days. Yeah, you might have only heard about them a month ago or 2 months ago or a year ago, whatever. They've been working probably a decade or more just to make it to the point where you've now heard of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard, man. It's fucking really stupid hard, especially nowadays. There's so much music. It's so competitive. The time is so competitive. I mean, like, people want, and if you're not right on point for what the people want, you're done. You're done. You're out.
Absolutely.
You're out of the fucking game.
Yeah.
Period.
In a second.
Yeah.
Because the attention span
That's the
now
thing. You
is
say
just
competition
done.
is brutal now. I mean, like you said, there's so many social media sites and ways of bands to get music to fans, and for free, and videos and this and that, and chat rooms and Periscope and you now live, all these different ways that bands can like interact with their fans. And you got a lot of hard working bands out there that are like just dying for it, and you got the lazy bands, and I come across all of them, literally, and I don't know, every band that I've seen that are headlining Warped Tour are doing really well now. They 99.9% have just crazy hard work ethic, and the rest that are luck. I mean, there's lucky bands out there that kind of just get lucky, but that's really too far in between,
Right on. Now, so when is the album actually scheduled? You said October, I think earlier. You have an exact date?
We're gonna probably release a song off the new album in October, and then the actual album will come out probably till early next year. But right now we're just in the studio. We've physically like told all agents and booking companies and show venue promoters that we're not doing any more shows at the end of the year. We're done for right now. We're gonna just write. We want to write like 30, 40 different, like 30 songs, and then pick the best, 10 or 11.
Sure.
Because of the unexplainable truth, I mean, I love the album, but those 14 songs in the album are the only 14 songs we wrote.
Sure.
Like, we didn't really do. I mean, there's things I really wish we would have done differently, and then one of those things would have been, writing a little more and just seeing what else we could have come up with. But we were so eager to get out there and start playing shows, and I wasn't willing to play shows without music out there, because there's really no reason to do that.
Yeah, right.
So
now,
what's the point?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So as far as, I mean, obviously you got brand new stuff coming, and people should keep an eye out for that. What's your thought on the fact that like last year was the first year since like the 70s, 76 I think it was, that there was only one platinum record? I mean, what's the thought on that?
It's just going to get worse. I mean, I didn't realize how bad it was until actually the second album when I Am Ghost came out, the Those Will Leave Behind. A week before the release date, I was searching Google, and somebody was talking about like torrent sites and this and that, and I was like, I'm going to search I Am Ghost, Those Will Leave Behind to see if it's even out yet, like on torrent, like illegally downloaded. And I thought for sure there'd be no way, because we had no copies get out. I know the label did their best, and then sure enough, literally hundreds of different sites that had a link to download the entire album for free.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
A week before it ever came out.
I've done that for a lot.
I don't know. I'm again double-edged sword. Like, I understand why kids do it, because a lot of kids have no money, and I understand, and it's so easy to do. Yet I come from the other side where I'm the guy who is trying to pay his rent. And now you're taking money away from me. I mean, I see both sides. I'm not going to be like Metallica and say, get rid of all illegal downloading. Like, I don't know. Right now, it's virtually impossible.
It's impossible.
I mean, there's no way to stop it.
Yeah, because, I mean, look, once you go overseas, like, I don't know how many local bands I've looked up, and I found, like, on German websites, like, you can download their fucking shit on German websites. It's like, what are you going to do? You can't, you have no jurisdiction here in the States to go over to Germany and be like, yeah, you got to take that down. They're like, go fuck yourself, and we're going to have some vodka. Like,
well, there's nothing you can do. Like, literally, you take it down. All you got to do is type in another, like...
And you got 500 more.
Address. Yeah.
One on the Swedish website.
Yeah. And so it's like...
I mean, it's so simple. There's no laws that garner that, too. There is no law worldwide that says that a guy in Denmark can't put up the new album from, Metallica that comes out in 2 weeks. Like, there's no law.
Right.
In U.S., they're trying to crack down.
They're trying
all this stuff,
but they're failing.
Not gonna happen.
And the problem is they're failing. And for me, my reasoning is the industry in and of itself was asleep at the wheel.
Yes.
I mean, like, we can shit on Lars all we fucking want, but the dude was right. The dude was totally 110% right. If we allow these people and myself to go and download whatever the fuck they want from whenever the fuck they want, however the fuck they want, well, then we have lost the value of music. And you know what? As much as we shit all over Lars Ulrich from fucking Metallica, the dude was fucking 110% right. Here we are in 2015.
He called it.
Going, why the fuck isn't music fucking valuable? Well, here's
why.
why.
We did something where we gave out we got a. It's kind of funny you say that because we got a testy little Twitter message from another band, which were named nameless. I don't think anybody really knows who they are, but we posted, hey, download blah blah blah, like one of our songs for free. Like we put like a free download because we do that because we want kids to like,
of course, kids
who have not heard about us, and we physically were giving it out for free. It wasn't like it was illegal, and I was like, what the hell? Like we were like, please download the song, show your friends, and then the guy replied, I hate it when bands give out free music. It demeans the music. And I was just like, look, dude, like I understand what you're saying, but you know, this is how we do our business, and the way you want to do business. The fact is, it's the way. I just go by how life is. Life is. Kids are gonna find your album
one way or the other.
For
yeah,
free,
absolutely.
100%. So
you might as well be the one.
And say, I wish kids didn't download music. I really wish kids wouldn't download. You know what? Quit your bitching. It's over. It's done. They're going to find your music. So
it's too late.
You might as well use it to your advantage. You know, you might as well give it out for free and tell kids, here's a high quality MP3 that we want. Because a lot of the stuff on there is shitty quality. I mean, I'd rather them get it from me in a high quality MP3 than a fucking
some shitty,
2 megabyte bullshit, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like a tin can, no doubt. Dude, you're totally right on. And I've had Jason from Ikilia, who's now on Megaforce Records, same fucking thing. Dude, he said the same thing. You cannot fight the fucking way it is. No. You have to adapt or die.
Yep, that's
period. Either you adapt and figure out a way to fucking get people interested about you and about your product. You are now a fucking salesman.
Yes.
You got to get people interested about your fucking product, whether you do ShamWow commercials or not. You got to fucking get people interested.
That's how.
And you have to separate yourself from every motherfucking other person because there's so many others that people can go to and just boom right away. And there's no connection. You got to make sure they're connected to you, man. That's just the way it.
Well, that's how the labels failed. Labels failed. The labels in the early '90s. Like you just said, they failed to adapt. If they would have seen the signs in the late 80s, early 90s of what was coming with the illegal downloading and ways to get on the net, they would have created back in the day some way where you were able to, like, you buy it online but not able to, like, figure out a way to, like, just put it on for free. But they failed. They fucked up. They just let it just slide. And you know, Napster and the guys, like, who started it all, you know, if they would have just figured out a way, like back in the day, just to kind of like figure what we're going to do about this whole digital downloading, they were not prepared. That's the thing,
at all.
You know.
No.
And now it's over. It's like they let Pandora's box out, and there's no way of getting it back in that box.
Right.
There's literally nothing you can do.
And they're trying. And I mean, look, you look at fucking like a few months ago, we were talking about Tidal, which was Jay-Z's big fucking to-do. And it's like, oh, well, we have the highest quality available downloads, whatever. It's like, nobody really gives a fuck. I don't, you know, the regular consumer doesn't give a fuck if they're getting 64 kbps or 128 kbps. They don't give a fuck. As long as they can get it.
Like, you're right. Most kids, I mean, I say kids, but like, I say kids for just being general fans, but
totally.
A person who is listening to music, there's two ways they're usually listening to music. One is in the car, is when they're just driving to their freaking work or their freaking road trip and they want to blast some tunes. That's when I listen to music the most. Or two is when they're just in the room, like hanging out, and they're just like having some, you know, they don't care if it's, like you said, the greatest quality of all time. They just want to hear the song. And, you know, with speakers nowadays, and, you know, they can make it sound pretty damn good, you know, with the quality of, you know, speakers that you can buy now, headphones and all that stuff.
Well, you get a fucking Bluetooth.
And I mean, like, my thing is, as a radio station, I give a fuck. Look, we broadcast out at 128 kilobits per second. That's higher than fucking satellite. That's higher than just about anything. But as a consumer, I don't really give a fuck, because at the end of the day, as long as I can hear the song that I wanted to fucking hear, I don't give a fuck. I just want to hear that song at the time that I want to fucking hear it, because for whatever reason I thought about, oh yeah, you know what, I want to hear this fucking old school Weezer song or whatever, and I want to hear it right fucking now. I don't want to wait. I want to hear it right fucking
immediately.
Now, right now.
No, it's true. I mean, I've heard high quality. I mean, I've heard things where I'll get a track back from a producer of one of our songs, and he'll send it to me in a super high quality MP3 just so I can listen to it and get approval. and then he'll send me another quality, and he'll even say like, this one isn't the highest quality, just so you know, because I had to get out quick.
Right.
And I honestly will not hear a difference. They're really, it's so slight. Like it really is. Like you have to like really kind of like listen on like.
You've got to be an audio fucking mastermind to hear the difference between like let's just say a 64 kbps and 128 kbps. Granted, again, as a broadcaster, I give a fuck because I want to broadcast the highest quality I can. But as a consumer, I don't really give a fuck as long as I can hear the fucking music. So at 64, at 128, I don't really give a fuck because you know what? As a consumer, it doesn't matter to my ears. You know what I mean? But as someone who goes beyond a consumer, it fucking matters to my ears. I think like a vinyl sounds way better than a fucking CD, but I can't prove it. I can't.
Vinyls have always,
I can't prove that. You know, there's no scientific proof of that. It's just the way to me. There must be a feeling about buying that vinyl that, especially nowadays, you can buy like 180 gram vinyl of a band, and you're like, maybe it's a reissue. It's like, oh my god, dude, that 100.
Well, no, it's pretty much known even when it comes to like mixing engineers and whatnot, is that when you put music onto a CD or digitize it down to an MP3 or a WAV file, you're flattening the song and you're completely changing it from what it sounds like in the speakers in the studio, and the guy hasn't like flattened it yet. Like there's a completely different compression and a warm tone to it, because I've heard it. And then once you flatten, or I'm going to send this to somebody, you got to make, save into MP3, and it still sounds good, but when you play music on a record, those are the exact tones usually that the studio heard inside. So they definitely, it's actually proven that that's way better sound is vinyl. Problem is a lot of kids don't have record players. Vinyl is actually doing really well now. It's kind of funny. CD sales are dying, but vinyl's getting bigger.
Going up,
The whole collectability thing now. A lot of kids will buy vinyl and just to put on their wall. They're not. I don't think they're really opening it up and putting in a record player. I think they're kind of saving it type thing.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like for me, I'll buy a vinyl and it'll become art on my wall. Like I'll frame that shit. Because it matters. Yeah,
that's what they're used for now.
It matters. Like it's like that's not just music; it's art, man. There's like you were saying earlier, buying that fucking album and opening up an album and looking at an album art or credentials or liner notes or whether sometimes like Alice in Chains, they used to do posters like on Facelift. You'd buy that shit and you'd open it up and you'd have a poster that you can now hang on your wall and be like, I've got the new fucking Facelift record because I went out and got it.
Just trying to get the plastic off the CD was that was a nightmare and a half.
I mean, like
I loved it.
Yeah, exactly. And then the smell of a brand new fucking album, like, oh my god, dude.
I bought the CDs for the lyrics. Like I love to open up the CD and the first thing is put the CD on and start track one and just start listening to it while reading the lyrics, because to me that's I guess being a singer or whatever is something that I really care about. It's funny for everybody. Like we talked about this in my band. Like when my drummer says when he listens to music, he's like listening to the drums, and when the guitarists are listening to music, they listen to the guitars. So I think it's wherever you are kind of like fascinated with or what instrument you play.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, man, music is just, there's so many different things you could be, ways of going about things, and I don't really know if there's one way that's right or correct,
Totally.
Everybody has a valid excuse for doing something a certain way, and that's why I love music, is because it's so weird and kooky, yet I don't know. Music is like your drunk uncle you see every Christmas. It's like fun and kooky and weird, but
hey now,
All right.
So anyway, look, there's a few bands that I want you to check out that are out in the California way, and I know like California's a really big fucking state, but there are two in particular bands that I definitely like. If you get an opportunity to check out. The first is Dive Bomber. They're from San Diego. They're from the Hollywood kind of area. I know that's kind of out of your jurisdiction, but dude, the Painted Man, Chris Keys, that guy is fucking mental, bro. I love him. I've always supported that guy. So Go check out Dive Bomber. And then the other one is from Hayward, California. And they're called Lip Shock. We had them here on OFNR a few months back. And just
nice, wonderful
people. And a great female-fronted band, but you don't get to see that very often.
You don't. No, they're great though.
Look, we've really covered a lot of ground tonight. I thank you so fucking much for hanging out with us tonight.
Dude, anytime, man.
It's a pleasure.
We have learned so much here. I know I have. I come away with this with a lot of knowledge. Before I let you go, though, I've got to have your name, the band name. And then, like, that you're listening to OFNR, a little artist ID kind of thing. That would be really cool.
Sure. You just say OFNR?
Yep, you got it.
Or OFNR.com? Or
yeah, OFNR is perfect.
Okay. Hey, what's up? This is Steve Giuliano from Requiem, and you listen to OFNR Radio.
Perfect.
Boom.
Excellent, man. Dude,
boom.
Look, thank you so fucking much for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, dude, it was a real treat, man.
Really was.
Dude, anytime, man.
Great points.
And, when you guys have your new record out, ready to rock and roll, definitely hit me up, dude. We will totally play that shit.
I'll hit you up and do another interview, and maybe next time we can get, the whole band. I got to figure out how to do that, but we'll get the whole band in next time.
Absolutely. There's a way. There's always a way.
Exactly. Cool, man.
Hey, thank you so much, brother, and we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot.
All right, cheers.
Later. Boom.
What a fucking great dude.
Another 180 minutes of music, news, and interviews. That's the interview part right there. We're coming up with the news next. Dude, Requiem, that shit was insane.
It's fucking awesome.
Dude, I'm still in shock at the fact that this dude, like, totally has been doing some serious shit, like signed bands, serious shit. Don't go anywhere, yo. We've got the music. We've got the news coming up next, of course. Douchebag of the week. Maybe some bad libs. I saw Brian get online. I don't know if he's like online.
No, he just liked one of my
dude, that shit was insane, bro.
It's fucking awesome.
That was nuts. Like,
he was awesome.
I am really, like, serious. One of those, again, for me, as a music consumer, it's one of those moments where you go, I can't believe I'm doing this right now.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm doing this
right
now.
But that's the best thing about it is because that itch never fucking goes away.
No, it doesn't.
It's like being 6 and getting a Tonka truck.
Right.
You're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to love this shit forever.
Forever.
And ever.
All right, well, anyway, look, we're going to play some music.
Yes.
I've got some Requiem on deck, of course. I've got some Two-Fisted Law. From Danbury. I've got some... and this shit is actually like exclusive to OFNR. Acoustic from OFNR.
Ooh.
And then I've got some Mongrel and some Bitch Tits. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a little bit with the news and more right here on Indie 180. Simulcast on Metal Fortress. Syndicated on the India Authority on Thursdays. Don't go anywhere. It's official fucking new radio. Indie 180.
Never let go of the grace.
for Tuesday.
I fell in love with all the beauty and decay. It's not the best decision that I made. Please forgive me, I'm just a boy who's always blue. A disaster who can never follow through. It's not the best decision that I made.
Shoulder to shoulder, they fight every day. They were the idiots, the rejects, ones who made
224 Tuesday.
Got a text from your brother Kyle that said, play Last Night, Ricky Metal Lady.
Yes! This is a song that when Ricky and I used to play acoustic stuff all the time. We went out to an open mic at Cousin Larry's, and we met some girls. We learned that maybe they shouldn't have been in Cousin Larry's. Monday night, Ricky met a lady. Well, not legally a lady. Her driver's license was printed vertically. Don't make references to Star Wars. All plan on taking her out to our bars. Maybe by 2008. That's how long ago we wrote this song. Her mom and dad are gonna let her date. Monday night, Ricky met a lady. Well, not legally a lady. Her driver's license was printed vertically and unsafe.
Oh, Lord. Is that based on true events?
It absolutely is. We were at Cousin Larry's. Ricky and I were playing an open mic there, so after we're done playing, we're talking to these two girls. Like the one you talked to, she's like, oh, 24. Ricky and I graduated from Utah School, so we're like, and we were probably 25, 26 at the time.
This is Bob on the motherfucking knob saying, keep those vaginas clean, ladies.
I hate fucking computers.
Rise of the Machines.
It's official fucking new radio, Indie 180. Thank you to Requiem for calling it. What a great interview. Holy shit.
Amazing.
You just heard Two Fisted Law with vertical driver's license, a rarity, if you will.
If you will.
An acoustic version right here from OFNR. Before that, the Ballad of Forgotten Souls off United We Sit, which is their first record. And then two from Requiem with, what the hell did the, what is this? Hang on a second. What the hell did the romance... Where the hell did the romance go? That's it.
That's it.
And then Sticks and Stones. And then we had Requiem on just before that. What a dude. I am still reeling from that interview, bro.
Yes, you are.
That was so fucking awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you all hung out and listened to that.
It was very real.
It doesn't get much more real.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
I mean, Taki kept it pretty real last week, but
that was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, two back-to-back great interviews.
And if you go back, I mean, we've back.
If
We've
you
had
really wanted to go
we've
back to
really
back to
had
back.
so many. Go back to the YouTube and check it out. We've had so many great interviews over the course of the last year, even since we started in January. 8 months or whatever it is.
Get on the playlist. It's
oh
up
my
there.
God, dude.
It's
We've
up
had
there.
so many great. Marwood's Fall. That's a great interview. Go check that out. Me and Brian had just like tonight. One of those interviews. You go back and you go, I cannot believe I was there.
It takes you a couple listens, and you're like, son of a bitch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're tuned into Metal Fortress Radio, you're hearing that shit live right now.
Live.
Because Connecticut Broadcast Alliance. Anyone?
And then Thursday, don't forget about Thursday.
That's right,
you
Thursday.
get to listen to it again.
At a brand new time at 4 p.m.
On your drive home, motherfuckers.
No longer at 3:30, at 4 p.m., 4 to 7. OFNR brings you Indie 180. If you missed any portion of tonight's show, maybe you missed our band name.
Which was fantastic.
The Red Behind.
The Red Behind.
You can catch all that shit on the Indie Authority, theindieauthority.com at 4 p.m. every week. And then if you miss that, we put it right up on OFNR Forever every week with a total program, everything we've talked about, all the bad libs we did with Paco, all the stories we did in the news.
You know,
the whole breakdown.
You know what we should do is with every band name, they should get a backstory.
With every band name comes a link, at the absolute least.
Because I think with a band name like Red Behind, stop. That's like
I really wish Joe and Brian were here.
I know,
tonight.
right?
Brian's on. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna call him right now. Because you know what? Fuck this guy. We're calling him right now. I'm calling him on Skype.
The Red Behind is a Catholic school.
He can help do the news.
That started a long time ago. Oh.
We're calling Brian from The Shape, our co-host.
Answer, Brian.
Come on, buddy.
Don't. Please don't do this to me.
Don't be a douche. Come on, bro. I see you're online.
You know, he's on. He's staring at it like, fuck.
Do I pick up?
I'm listening to him right now.
All right, fuck him. We're going to do the news here in just a second. I want to get to a couple of these awesome little articles I had. The first is 9 labels working to fix a broken music industry. If you tuned into any of the fucking interview this past hour,
you would have heard it.
You would understand that this industry is broke. It's fucking broken. Guest post by Scott Parsons. This comes from Hypebot.com. Let's face it, quote unquote. Let's face it, the record industry is broken.
Broken.
We all agree. We've been talking about this for fucking 8 months here on Indie 180. That's what this show is about.
Yep.
We do this show for musicians by musicians. I'm the only guy not a fucking musician. And I used to be one. So, I guess that counts for something.
It does. You got street cred.
We've explored all the way these labels are flipping the script on releasing music today. The best part, we're doing the easy, start your own way. The 180p collection catalog is Who's Underground Experimental Electronica. Even though they release cassettes, they focus primarily on releasing for digital circulation. I've seen a lot of cassettes coming out recently, especially from like Intercourse and bands like Intercourse here from Connecticut, who've been putting out cassettes. Why? A, it's way cheaper. Way fucking cheaper. I mean, you could fucking dub a cassette on your own. You don't have to fucking pay somebody.
Oh, no, you don't.
You do it yourself. But it's a virtual blueprint for how the label of the future should work. If the record industry is going to make it a New Year's resolution, it should be 100p resolution. That's according to Hypebot.
Hypebot.com?
Constellation Tatsu describes themselves as adventurous and spiritual artistic sensibilities. They're not just a label, they're a gateway to another dimension. Releasing beautifully crafted cassettes, brimming with online content, including mixes, experimental videos, a gallery of collages, and it doesn't cost you fucking $20 like Tidal does.
Nope.
Tidal outpriced themselves from the fucking get-go, if you want my opinion.
It's your boy.
$20 fucking dollars? And meanwhile, Jay-Z's in fucking prison, right? I mean, didn't I hear that just recently?
Oh.
The other next one you should check out is Pacific Rhythm. Start your own record label. Do what Pacific Rhythm did. They imprint grew out of online stores. Real life record store located in Vancouver's own Chinatown. Their shop releases extension organically grown community. You gotta grow. This is exactly what we were fucking just talking about, dude. With the dudes from Requiem. Like, dude, you gotta build your fan base. You can't just jump into it thinking, I'm gonna be the next fucking American Idol.
Doesn't fucking work that way. You need... It's like starting a business. You need capital, motherfucker. You gotta start somewhere.
Dude, I've been doing this 10 years. I've never made money. I'm just starting to think about maybe making money. Maybe. Maybe. Ridiculous.
Fucking read it again.
Mongrel's gonna come on, but I'm not letting it. We'll get to that. We're gonna go a little punk tonight. A little bit.
Ooh.
Since we had fucking Requiem on, you know?
Yeah.
Orange Milk, a record label that should be universe of its own. Orange Milk creates its own universe better than anyone, full of CGI blobs, floating eyeballs, fractal rainbows. Go check them out at orangemilk.com. It really looks pretty fucking... It looks like an old school cassette, bro. It's kind of cool.
Really?
Orangemilk.com. Go check them out. Do a quick little Google search on them. Orange Milk, a record label, unparalleled album art, digital first attitude towards releasing. This is really the way to count people in on making sure that they're going to buy your stuff.
Did I spell? I spelt fucking
Orange.
wrong.
ORANGE space MILK record label.
I am a dick.
Up next on the list is Opal Tapes. A beautiful example of how a label can evolve. Originally a cassette-only label, Opal has transitioned into releasing vinyl and releasing templates, starting things simple and growing into something a lot more. And their releases are incredible too. Go check them out at opaltapes.com. Up next is A.S.L. Singles Club. If you're going digital with a label, keep things unified. Digital labels can often get disjointed and splintered as more artists get on board. ASL isn't one of those labels. Singles Clubs keeps the feel of a cohesive physical label. All the perks of digital, like being able to stream their stuff poolside.
Poolside. That's pretty
If you remember, a couple years ago, OFNR was thinking about starting its own label called Official Effin' Records. Once I have my studio, expect it. Expect it.
It's orangemilkrecords.com.
Orangemilkrecords.com.
Yeah, I typed in orange milk and I was like an asshole.
Up next is Blowing Up the Workshop, challenging the notion what a record label actually is. It's foremost and firstmost a mix series. A beautiful crafted mix roster that used to streaming platform has carved out a new model for the release of digital music. Putting out, instead of like a single or one-off, they're putting out an entire mixtape of stuff from their label. Again, a brilliant fucking move. This is like what Hum Magazine did back in the fucking 90s. I used to get a Hum Magazine with fucking 12 songs on a disc.
It's that Columbia Records.
It's a Columbia Records thing. Dude, look, you get a couple fucking songs for free. You go, man, you know what? This band is pretty fucking good. I'm going to go check them out.
It's that simple. It really is.
Up next is Mood Hut. The record industry needs more grassroots community.
Yes.
It's why OFNR exists, why Metal Fortress exists, it's why Anti-Radio exists, and the Metal Syndicate exists. All the members of the Connecticut Broadcast Alliance exist because of this. The record industry needs more grassroots community. People inside.
That's how it starts.
Saying, fuck you. This is a community worth fucking notating.
There would be no big bands that are played on the commercial radio stations that you guys listen to if it wasn't for small, startup, homegrown bands.
Now, Mood Hut grew out of a monthly party that brought together kindred spirits from all over Canada's west coast and beyond.
Oh, that's nice.
As a natural progression, Mood Hut put all the good vibes in one place and started a label. New music from the Vancouver city. Mood Hut. You can get total fucking awesome kick-ass shit. Community first approach made sure some of the most breathtaking dance music to come out in a very long time. No matter what they make, the influence of the family is never far away. Now, we've been talking mostly about dance music, but I think this goes right to the fucking core of metal and the metal community here in Connecticut. It's the whole idea behind the Connecticut Broadcast Alliance. It's the whole idea behind Promoter Town.
Absolutely.
It's about unifying. It's about saying, you know what? Together, we are much stronger than our parts.
And we just talked about this tonight.
Tonight. With fucking the guys over at Requiem. And if you missed it, you missed a really good interview.
And I really like this this poster they got in the Mood Hut. It's pretty cool.
Now, up next, Suicide Silence singer on Death of Music Industry. Greed is never gonna win. We talked again about this as well tonight. Victoria Purcell of Ramzine Online conducted an interview with vocalist Hernan Hermida and guitarist Mark Heimlin of California deathcore musician Suicide Silence. Whether you like them or not, they're actually on point here. Eddie says at the end of the day, if people want to listen to the stuff you put out, YouTube does a really good job of keeping counts. And if you get enough people to watch your stuff, YouTube might actually want to give you some cash. But really, that's not why you make music to begin with. If you're making music for that reason, you're going to be a fucking idiot. That is Eddie from Suicide Silence. And you know what? Dude, that goes right along with what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. The same exact point.
Exactly. The quote says, it's a quintessential answer ever since Napster and all the bullshit, quote unquote. Ever since the internet was capable of putting your art out there, it's basically showed the world that at the end of the day, it's like art you can find wherever the hell you want. You can make art wherever the hell you want, and there's always going to be somebody that outdoes you.
Yep.
Make an industry out of it is the most ass-backwards thing you could ever happen to humanity, is his quote. On the fact that iTunes transfer music from your CDs is now illegal under UK copyright law, Eddie says, hey man, guess what? It's illegal for me to make mixtapes and give it away to my buddies back in fucking wherever. When I was doing that and making rip CDs and mix CDs for people, I still did it, but it's illegal. It's illegal to smoke weed, but I still do that too.
Word.
I do the fuck out of that. I think there's a video on YouTube of me fucking showing some Chinese people how to smoke fucking weed.
And
pretty
drinking
sure
a Four Loko.
They're all in jail now. Sorry, guys. On whether the music industry is doomed. And he says, let those idiots who are trying to fucking squeeze every penny out of art die. There are people who are willing to give their money to an artist who is kicking his own ass out there trying to show the world what love is, or trying to show the world what fear is, or whatever, however you want to document whatever an art is. There are going to be people who are willing to support it. And the fact that there is too many people out there trying to stick their fingers and their hands in our pockets and everywhere else, that's where the industry is failing. And it's going to fail because, quote unquote, greed is never going to win. And I'm no Suicide Silence fan.
Yeah, me either.
By any fucking stretch of the imagination. However, the dude is right. He's right on fucking point here.
Could you imagine what it'd be like if there were no up-and-coming bands because they just thought that they could get famous?
Forget it, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we'd be gone.
They did.
OFNR would go out of business because I wouldn't be able to get new bands.
If we stopped playing because people weren't coming to our shows, we've played shows for literally,
the bands.
Yeah, 2 or 3 people, and then like the bands. We've been there. And if we had just said, you know what? Fuck it, we're not getting famous. We don't have we're not sold out yet. What the fuck? This is our 4th show. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And we just left. There wouldn't be.
You'd be fucked.
Yeah, there wouldn't be bands out there for people to fucking listen to.
Joe would be over here like,
exactly. God damn it.
I'd be over here like,
yeah. That shit never gets old.
Fucking Adam be over there like, your tits are good. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. My tits suck.
Apparently, he's German.
I know.
God damn it, you German Adam.
I think it's time for news.
News! I don't have the stories, though.
It's time. Oh, yes. It is time right now for
Yep. Time once again for the news, the most unlistened to part of the show. But one of my favorites, honestly,
so
in my honest opinion, it's one of my favorites because there's so many fucking stupid ass motherfuckers.
Oh, so many.
Oh my god, dude.
Like when you drive on the highway with no lights on.
Oh my god. I just sent you the link.
Yeah, I got it.
Alright. We're gonna do the news. We still have Greed Will Never Win. I think we talked about that. I think we talked about update your metadata, and I think 9 labels to work to fix the music industry that's broken. I think we covered all of them.
We did do that, yes.
So now it's time for the news, and the news is always brought to you by 2 fucking sponsors. Always brought to you in part by Cold Cock Whiskey, made with aged American bourbon and herbs like green tea, hibiscus, eucalyptus, ginger, ginkgo, and many others. We had fucking Adam Grayer of Cold Cock Whiskey on earlier in the year, and those guys have helped Dead by Wednesday. They've helped Staggered. They both played fucking the very last Mayhem Fest this year because of Cold Cock Whiskey. You can take your shot at coldcockwhiskey.com. Make sure you request that shit in your own hometown. Go to your liquor store and be like, go and buy Cold Cock whiskey, and I will fucking buy it from you.
It is beautiful.
Dude, no
it's delicious.
Whiskey burn.
I had a cold a couple weeks ago.
Ugh.
I did 2 shots of that. I felt like $1 million.
ColdCockWhiskey.com. Go check them out. And, of course, Blow Paste. Yeah, that's right. Blow Paste. We had Jasmine Ejan from Blow Paste on back when the Bagman was still on OFNR on Tuesday nights and the Bagman's Nation of Decimation. You can go check that out on YouTube.
Nation of Decimation.
On the official FN Radio YouTube page. Unlike most lubricants that have preservatives and aspartame, Blow Paste is a simple way to keep your mouth clean and fresh while doing the deed. Blow Paste is good for any fucking cavity.
Any cavity.
And I mean...
Any. Substitute your toothbrush
with a dick. Blow Paste, blowjob a day, cheekychacha.com.
I'm Jasmine Jean, and I am with Blow Paste, and I am listening to OFNR Forever.
It is time. Oh yes, it is time right now for Knobs
Alright, now that we've gotten the sponsors out of the way and we've gotten a little Joe Goat in our lives, it is actually time for the news. I legitimately want you to go check out our sponsors, though, ColdCockWhiskey.com and CheekyChat.com.
I'll tell you what, I'm definitely going to check out this Blow Paste.
Both of those, dude, let me tell you, we talked to Jasmine Ejan of the person who made Blow Paste. She's a college student who came up with the idea that, like, a lubricant should be able to freshen breath and be a lip gloss and all these other things. And she was just a genius.
That's a really fucking good idea.
It's a great idea. And then, see, the greatest part about it was she sent me a bunch of free samples. And so when I got them, I said to my wife, tonight, baby, we've got to test this. I need to review it for Blow Paste.
It needs to be done for the radio.
I need to make sure I let these... So, like, for like a week, I bugged her. Like, you got to give me a blowjob tonight using Blow Paste.
Has to happen.
And ever since then...
You've been
Blow Paste must be in my life. Just saying.
My man.
CheekyChatChat.com. Thank you, Jasmine, for making sure that guys get blowjobs everywhere.
All over the world.
I figure if you're a company that's down to get me a blowjob, how can I not promote you?
How is that possible?
How do I not promote you?
When was the last time you turned down a blowjob?
Never.
Exactly. The day that happens, there's a gun in my car.
We got 15 minutes to get through the news, so let's try to do that.
It.
We did start a little late, so if we go a little late, it is what it is.
All right, I'll do Neo Neighbor.
All right, go for it.
Neo Neighbor. New Jersey. A New Jersey man was sentenced to 15 months in prison for carving a swastika into the lawn of his neighbor's home.
Unreal.
The sentence handed down Friday in State Superior Court came about 1 year after Scott Cooney, 36, was arrested and charged with bias intimidation. His 2 neighbors in adult housing development in Lakewood had watched as Cooney carved the swastika into their front lawn.
Unreal.
Cooney had pleaded guilty in June. One of the neighbors is Jewish, according to the Asbury Park Press.
This racist shit is really getting out of hand.
Would you... Okay.
I don't even think that's racism, though, because like, it's not a race.
Yeah, they're
it's
not.
A religion.
Yeah, it's a religion. That's just bigotry at that point.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, who the fuck... Like, would you just go carve a swastika into my yard if I wasn't Jewish?
I might. I am kind of that guy.
Touché, sir. Well played.
I am kind of that guy. All right, so...
Chug it.
Anyway... Next up is Chug It. China. Many people have lost their drinks to liquid restrictions on airlines. You know, you can't bring liquids on airlines up to a certain amount.
2 ounces.
But a woman, surname Zhao, decided Beijing airport's regulations wouldn't get the best of her. No, sir.
No.
Her $200 bottle of cognac
Cognac.
which she wanted to bring to the U.S., was not going to be squandered. No.
No.
On August 21st, Zhao tried to board the Wenzhou-bound flight with a bottle of the Remy Martin XO Excellence in her carry-on, but security said, not happening. Because it was too late to put the cognac in her check luggage, Zhao did what any sensible human being would do and drank the entire $200 bottle to her face.
That's my girl.
Unfortunately, thereafter, Zhao was barred from the flight because she became so drunk, she became belligerent and began shouting and causing a scene. So, lesson learned, look, if you're going to have your 200 bottle of cognac, put it in your checked bags.
Lesson learned.
Or drink it to your face and not get on the flight at all. She probably went to jail, and I would imagine in China, going to jail is a bitch.
Probably ended up like a finger trap.
Story
3, kill yourself. Texas. 2 people have taken their own lives after the details were leaked by the Ashley Madison hackers. It was disclosed today. Captain Michael Gorham, who served 25 years at the San Antonio Police Department in Texas, was named as one of the suicide victims.
Well, Captain Gorham, you get a Darwin Award. You're not listening to our Darwin Awards, but you get one anyway because you killed yourself because you fucking did something stupid.
Yeah, you did. You shouldn't have done that.
You shouldn't have done that.
At a press conference on Monday, Canadian police confirmed a second suicide of a person also believed to have been using the extramarital affairs website. Police are investigating if the deaths are as direct result of the Ashley Madison users.
400 million, I think it was?
Yep, just about.
400 million people's information has gone out.
Listen, I'm sorry.
If you are on Ashley Madison as yourself, you are dumb. Dude, there are ways to get, like, credit cards that are burner credit cards. There are ways to get phones that are burner phones. If you are there under yourself,
stop.
You
deserve to get caught.
Dumb fuck.
You deserve to get caught,
I'm not advocating cheating at all. Because I did that shit when I was in high school. And it's dumb. It's dumb. I've been with my wife for 13 years. We haven't been married that long. We've been married probably half that time. But I've been with my wife 13 years. If I was going to do something stupid like that, I certainly
wouldn't put your credit card on the internet.
Wouldn't put my credit card, name, address, phone number on the internet for all to see. Good God.
My name is Corey Trevor.
Up next, Josh, this curry tastes like shit, bro. In Tokyo, in his efforts to create the world's first something, a Japanese chef and former adult film actor decided to give human defecation a fighting chance in the kitchen.
Here we go. This is awful.
Curry shop in Shimozu, Tokyo became the first to specialize in poop-flavored curry. That's fucking awful. Because, obviously, that's never been done.
Yeah, obviously.
I can't figure out why. He goes one step further, though. It doesn't just taste like shit, bro.
I can't read it.
He serves it in a fucking poop curry toilet bowl shaped dish. And if you do the read more, you can actually take a look at the picture.
Oh,
I'm going to open this up.
Oh, you're going to click on it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh, you're going to click on it.
And you're going to look at this. Look. Josh, look. That's what it looks like. It looks like shit.
Dude, it looks like poop.
It really looks... I would not...
It looks like R2-D2 is hovering over it.
Why would you possess... What would possess you? What would fucking possess a person?
I'm sorry. I'm not an incredibly racist person, but they do some real fucked up shit over there in Tokyo.
What on earth would possess someone?
They do some fucked up shit.
I want the dish that tastes like shit. It literally tastes like poo!
Oh, God, that's all. I don't want to eat
poop. It looks like poo!
I don't want to eat poop, though.
It tastes like poo. It looks like poo. It is poo!
Oh, God, how do you...
Look at this!
How does that...
It looks kind of like chili.
But how do you get the... It says that it's not but natural
It smells like poo.
Is it bacteria?
Dude, if it smells like shit, I am not eating it.
It says Sainsbury tea. The uncooked curry.
I'm not eating shit-smelling shit.
That's fucking foul, dude.
All right, we've got 8 minutes. Let's try to move on from the shit.
flame on, leg off. In the UK, a man had his leg amputated after a friend set him on fire while he was sleeping as part of a quote-unquote yoke. Craig Finn, 25 years old, had just moved into a new flat in Spennymoor, County Durham.
UK.
Why? British. When he invited...
Isn't it fitting that I have a guy
so
on fire
perfect.
as a sound effect?
When he invited a few friends over for some drinks in February of last year, later on as he was asleep, his friend James Gilbrand, 24, set him on fire as a quote-unquote prank, which left Craig with third-degree burns. Surgeons were forced to amputate his leg. It's so good.
I've had that sound effect for years.
Well, now you get to use it.
And now it's totally appropriate.
Surgeons were forced to amputate his leg below the knee and kept him in a coma for an entire month in Newcastle Royal Victoria Infirmary.
It just doesn't get old.
I'm not dead, but my leg is quite broken.
Merely a scratch. Only a flesh wound.
It smells like almonds. Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time. Ooh, this next story is perfect for the night we've been having with the computers.
It is.
Nail it.
All right, PC bullshit just keeps getting worse. PC not in PC as in PC. PC as in politically correct. This politically correct world that we live in is fucked. And you know, George Carlin really was onto something way back in the fucking 80s
Before
and 90s.
his time, man.
Way before his time. He really said, you know, the PC world, this idea of euphemism and euphemistic language is fucking us up. Well, in Washington, D.C., the U.S. Department of Agriculture issued a regulation this past Thursday to stop referring to midget raisins
Oh, God.
as midgets
Little people raisins?
because an activist group called the term offensive.
Of course they did.
So now the fucking U.S. Department of Agriculture is no longer going to call them midget raisins. They're now going to call them something else.
What the fuck could you call them?
Agriculture Marketing Services issued the proposed rule according to U.S. standards and grades of professional processed raisins.
Wait.
They're going to limit all 5 times the word midget is used to describe the differences in sizes California raisins are fucking grown. The action would clarify AMS grade standards by eliminating the used word midget while consistently using the term small in fucking instead. We have become so fucking PC in this goddamn fucking United States of America, where it once used to be that a fucking freedom of speech existed, that you can no longer call them fucking midget raisins. You gotta call them small fucking raisins now, bro.
Yep, can't call them midget raisins, Bob. That hurts my feelings because of my intake.
Dude, my blood pressure just went through the
I know.
fucking
So
roof.
did mine.
Like, I'm literally shaking over
Yeah,
it.
I know. Me too.
Ugh.
You have to no.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit. Same cards, different time, always wins.
Bullshit.
I had a cat like that too, but my cat, he bite his head off.
All right, next up.
All right, so yeah, Bob, I locked my kid in the safe.
I love this story. I don't know how the fuck this one went down. I really cannot figure out how this one went down.
Canada. Canadian police are looking for a Brooklyn family who locked their infant in a safe at a Hojo hotel in Niagara Falls, officials said.
How?
Well, I'll tell you. A maintenance worker was called to the room on Tuesday morning.
A week
ago. Was met by panicked parents who gave no explanation as to how the baby ended up locked inside the cramped box.
It's a fucking...
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a hotel?
That's
Do you see how small those fucking hotel safes are? Look. Okay, the kid crawls in. How do you close the fucking box?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you how small it was, which was less than 20 inches wide and about a foot tall.
Just stop.
The employees managed to free the baby, who was alert and crying. He handed the child over to the parents, who quickly checked out of the hotel before police were called.
I don't blame them. Because you're fucking dumb if
That
you
is
lock your fucking...
embarrassing.
If you lock your kid in a fucking safe, you are a dumb motherfucker.
So, all right, so we got 3 minutes. Do you want to do a couple Darwins and a douchebag?
There's only one Darwin Award and a douchebag of the week.
All right.
We may not get to Bad Lips tonight. That's fine. we can leave Paco in his
there.
fucking
Fuck him.
little fucking hotel.
He grabbed my ass last time.
Fuck him. We'll get rid of those. You want to do Darwin Award winner?
Yeah, let's do the winner.
All right. So it's time for the Darwin Awards, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
With your host, Jazz Galzo of Into the Garbage.
All right. Welcome to this week's episode of Darwin Award winners. Now, which one are we going here for tonight now?
Just the first Darwin Award winner there.
We're
There's only
gonna do-
one. There should be two because Josh is not going to tell you about the other guy. Last week we did a story about a guy who got impaled at the running of the bulls because he was taking selfies. There was a second human being impaled at the running of the bulls for taking selfies. And I figured we did that story last week. We don't need to recover another story.
Another one.
But here is a different story entirely.
In Wyoming, 2 women have died after falling 200 feet while trying to climb a mountain in the Grand Teton National Park. They were both living in Jackson, Wyoming, where scaling a rocky ledge 11,500 feet up. That is
No
stupid
climbing
high.
gear, by the way.
Yeah, stupid high. When they plunged their death, their friend Rebecca Anderson, 26, landed on another ledge after the fall and was rescued by park rangers after using her cell phone to call for help. The 3 women were attempting to ascend the east face of the mountain and were well off the preferred route when the 2 fell. Why the fuck would you do that shit?
No climbing gear, no climbing experience, no nothing.
Why?
You went up on a fucking mountain and you died. Guess
Yeah,
what?
that's
I
it.
feel no sympathy for you.
No, you're dead.
Not even a little sympathy.
No.
None.
You shouldn't reproduce.
None.
None.
You deserve the fucking Darwin Award of the week.
That is dumb.
Dumb.
Real dumb.
And now it's time for the douchebag.
Douchebag.
Might even be cunt of the month material.
Uh-oh.
Douchebag of the week. It's time for the Douchebag of the Week Award. Brought to you in part by OFNR. Douchebag of the
week. Yep. Time once again for the Douchebag of the Week Award. Each and every week we give another person another award for being a complete and total douchebag. Had this been September and not August, this woman may have gotten the cunt of the month.
Ooh, I like that.
In Orlando, a woman barricaded her 2-year-old sons in her home Sunday so she can go party at the Margarita Festival. Kyria Ferris, who doesn't need saving, was arrested and charged with child neglect after neighbors say they saw her 2 unsupervised sons playing near a lake adjacent to her Orlando home. One toddler was moments away from walking into the lake when the neighbors found he and his brothers were outside and actually stopped the fucking incident from escalating.
Wow, what a good guy.
WFTV reports that neighbors Rita Charles and Carlin Rogers recognized the children belonged to Ferris and went to check in on them, only to find that she was not even fucking home. Of course, she's been charged with fucking child neglect and all kinds of fun things because she's a giant fucking douchebag, Kyria Ferris. You have won our fucking Douchebag of the Week award. You're lucky you haven't gotten the Cunt of the Month award because we already gave it out earlier in the month.
Bitch.
You should go fuck yourself and never ever fucking... People like this should be fucking... Her tubes should be fucking automatically tied, bro.
She should get butt fucked by Rocky Dennis in a closet.
You have no rights being a fucking parent ever again. As far as I'm fucking...
Well, I mean... Real quick, I don't want to turn this into a big thing, but
as far as I'm concerned.
this is a perfect example. Is like this woman should definitely not have kids
ever.
But there was a story about a month ago where a couple parents got stuck in traffic and they couldn't make it home in time. So their kid who got off the school bus was waiting for him to get home. He was playing basketball in the driveway for about an hour and a half, and they finally showed up. A neighbor called the cops on him and fucking got him arrested.
Neglect.
Yeah. How fucked up is that, man?
Well, look, man, we have covered stories like this over the past 6 months even.
Fuck.
Just here on Indie 180, let alone the Bagman's Nation of Decimation, let alone the Laughing Glass way back in the day. We have covered stories where parents are getting arrested.
Yeah.
For their kids walking a half a mile home from their
the
fucking
school bus.
What?
From the school bus stop.
When I was younger, we used to go 1 mile, 2 miles, 5 miles
uphill
away from
both
home.
ways.
And as long as we were home before the fucking lights came on, we were cool.
Exactly.
And nobody fucking... We were latchkey kids, man. You know what a fucking latchkey kid is?
I don't know what
These days, latchkey kids would have their parents arrested. A latchkey kid is someone who gets home from school and doesn't have parents home. So they let themselves in. So they fucking watch TV for an hour.
I get it now, latchkey.
So they fucking... Maybe they go out and have fun with their friends. Dude, they'll be alright if they're 10, 11, 12, 13. I was watching my fucking sister at 12.
Thank you.
Give me a
Preach it, brother.
Give me a fucking break.
That's what I'm talking about.
These kids are so coddled these fucking days. They don't know what the fuck freedom is all about. They don't know what come home before the lights is.
Yep. Manhunt.
Give me a fucking break. And
manhunt. Fuck you.
Come on, man. As long as we were home before the lights came on, it didn't matter how far away from home
Or
we
you were
were.
home for... I had to be home by supper. That was...
We had to be home by the lights, man. For me, it was the lights. If the lights were coming... If the fucking street lights were coming on, that means we were fucking already late.
toast.
We're already late.
Yeah.
We should already be fucking home.
Yeah, buddy.
You should be home before that time. You're going to get ass whipping.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can't do that.
No,
you will get in some serious fucking
You go to
shit.
jail, bro.
Some serious fucking shit. At any rate, look, it's 11:04. We've gone beyond our 180 minutes. Actually, we're just about at 180 minutes right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because we started late.
We did.
It's actually 2:56:16, if you want the accurate count.
Boom.
So we got another 4 minutes to fill up. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We had a lot of listeners.
We did
tonight,
have a lot of listeners, and that's awesome.
Man, you really got a fucking lesson tonight. Like, seriously.
Oh, the industry, everybody got a lesson
And
on the
last
industry
night,
tonight.
and last week too. If you tuned in last week, even if you didn't, go check it out again on OFNR Forever. You got a lesson in how it really is out there for these artists. How hard it is for these guys to make an actual fucking living.
And you know what? If I could, because last week I didn't really get too much into it.
Yeah, please.
But, I'd like to take a minute to do a couple plugs.
Yes, do that.
And especially with what we talked about tonight. But I do want to promote my my girlfriend's photography page, just because I really think she's very underrated, and she really needs to be checked out. Lost Wonderland Photography.
You, sir, can go fuck yourself.
And yeah, Lost Wonderland Photography on Facebook. She's there. She also has a Smug Mug page that you can check out and buy stuff customized.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
God damn it. Glasses and etc. And also with my band, Into the Coven.
Everybody should go check out the brand new Into the Coven with Jesse Bushier.
Yes.
I saw him over the weekend, saw him Saturday. It's been a I think the last time I saw the Butcher was actually in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
No
and we
shit.
graduated at the same time. It was like 97. So it was
Wow.
like a really long time ago.
God damn it, Jesse. Get your shit together, bro.
Go check out Into the Coven. Go check them out right now.
We will be in the studio
The
this winter.
Much used to be here on OFNR. We've got Scalzo here now. And we've been supporting those guys for a long time. Go check
They
them
have
out.
since day one. We're going to, he'll be the first one to get the music to play it.
Right.
But like we were talking about tonight, is it just gets so stressful. I mean, and you're trying to put together. I can't not laugh at that. You try to put together shows with like decent bands and guys that you know will,
and the whole fucking system
is a bitch.
It is a bitch, and there's a lot of promoters and there's a lot of guys out there that, especially club owners, there's certain places that could make tons of money, but they don't because they don't quote unquote appreciate our scene. Don't play Kevin Hart on me. Don't. I'll laugh too much. Don't play. I'll laugh too much.
Look, I mean, the thing is, we started off tonight talking about promoters.
Yes.
You know, with the whole suffocation fiasco that went on this weekend. The thing is, there are really great promoters in the state. Audio Vault, Posidemic Entertainment, and so on and so forth. And there are some people that are amateurs.
Yes.
That have been doing this only like 1 or 2 times. Be careful. I mean, not everybody is who they say they are, man. It's the internet.
Yeah, it's tough.
Look it up. You know, Google that shit. Talk to the people in the industry.
Talk to the people in the fucking band.
Get the real deal. I started off tonight by apologizing to Cherry Street for, you know, misinforming the crowds Friday night about the suffocation ordeal. I end off tonight by saying, look, I fucking love Cherry Street. You guys fucking know that.
Cherry Street rules.
That is like my actual home away from home. I could go there any day of the week and feel like I am fucking at home. And I love those guys, and I say this with peace and love in my fucking heart. If you are an amateur promoter, don't get over your head.
No.
Ask for fucking help. There's a lot of fucking people out here.
A lot of good people.
That would be more than happy to give you a hand and make things right.
Absolutely.
So that you do not fuck our goddamn fucking venues, you stupid pole smoker.
Yep, you get in over your head. Next thing you know,
You're
venue's
fucking
out of
our
money.
venues, man.
Yep, venue's out of money.
You're fucking people that I give a fuck about.
Yeah, don't
and
do
that's
that.
uncool.
You don't want to piss Knob off.
And then, on top of that, to lie and fucking bamboozle the fucking crowds, man.
Can't do that.
Not cool.
Not cool.
This is a place of business. This is a place that you do not want to miss.
And the bands might fuck you up.
Connecticut is not a skip-over state.
It's not.
And when you have shitty fucking promoters who don't know what the fuck they're doing, no offense.
No offense.
You find out that you have fucked up not only the venues, the scene. We look like assholes.
Yeah.
We look like fucking assholes. And you should apologize for that shit.
There was an article a few years back in Rolling Stone, I'm not even exaggerating, that said that Danbury was the next Seattle. I swear to Christ. I read that shit.
And somebody fucked it up.
Yep, somebody fucked it up.
And
surprise,
so,
motherfucker.
All I'm saying, that is where that's from too, by the way.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, all I'm saying, yo, and I'm not going to call him out, bro. I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it because that's not what OFNR is about.
No,
We're
it's
about
not.
supporting the scene. And we were there Friday night.
Yep.
We were fucking there.
There.
We were there.
There.
All I've got to say is, man, you kind of made a mess.
You did.
For the band.
Yep.
For the fucking venue.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and right then and there.
For real.
Look, this is me.
That's
okay,
him.
I've done a lot of shit in 9 years. I've promoted a shit ton of shows. I've done shows. I don't know how the fuck you slept at night.
Yeah.
Knowing that it was even fucking remotely possible.
Sweet dreams aren't made of these, bitch.
That the fucking headliner was not going to be there. I'm not calling out anybody.
Nope.
But dude,
not saying shit.
If you the fact that you lied to me and everybody else that was at fucking Cherry Street Friday, man, you made me look like an asshole.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because I would never, not in a million fucking years, ever say a goddamn thing bad about my second headquarters.
He's getting very animated right now. He's very angry.
Dude,
real.
You have blackballed yourself from booking shows at one of the fucking best venues in this goddamn state because you are an absolute fucking asshole.
That is the haven.
Because,
for metal.
dude, that night,
son,
you should have come out and said, "I'm fucking sorry. I
apologize.
I fucked up. Not the band, not the venue, me.
My bad, dude.
You should have fucking stood up and fucking manned up, bro.
Man up, bro.
It was a great show. Don't get me wrong. The local bands destroyed.
It was an
They
amazing
fucking
show.
destroyed.
Goddamn right.
But you fucked up.
You fucked up.
And you should have fucking manned up. And you still haven't. And I'm a little upset by that, bro.
I'm sorry for my actions.
Because, quite honestly, in my estimation, I've been to a lot of venues in fucking 10 years.
Just guesstimating.
Cherry Street is the fucking best. Hands down best venue in the state as far as open arms, as far as feeling at home, as far as not feeling uncomfortable.
Cradle of motherfucking civilization.
And for you to let them even get 1 ounce of fucking heat
Mm-mm.
for your dumb shit is fucked up.
It's bullshit.
No disrespect meaning.
No.
Because I told you to your face, dude, the show was great.
Was great.
The local show was amazing.
Amazing.
You had some of the most amazing bands ever.
Fantastic.
But you made Cherry Street look like an asshole.
A bag of dicks.
You made Connecticut fucking metal look like a bunch of fucking bag of dicks.
Unacceptable.
And I'm fucking infuriated.
Livid.
Infuriated.
Livid.
By what you have done.
Unacceptable.
Because for 3 days you remained silent while fucking the band and the venue had to take the bullshit.
Trace Diaz, motherfucker.
That night, you should have come out and said, I fucked up.
I apologize.
Period. And now that's on you, bro.
Heavy flow, motherfucker.
This is Bob on the motherfucking knob.
This is Josh from Into the Coven.
We are rocking and rolling. It is Indie 180. We have now done our fucking 180 minutes of music news and interviews. It is another 180 minute music news interviews done.
Another one in the books.
Thank you to fucking Requiem.
That was an amazing interview.
Ridiculous. We are looking for
I'm
bands.
still fucked up about
if
that.
If you are in a band, know of a band, let us know here at OFNR. We
Hit
are
us up.
Open all of next month and the months beyond. So please contact us. We would love to talk to. If you are in a band, if you are in a record label, if you're part of the music industry in any way, shape, or form, we would love to talk to you. In the coming weeks, we will be giving away 2 free tickets to fucking Crossing Rubicon, Scotty Anarchy's birthday bash.
Dose, motherfuckers. Dose.
You are not going to want to miss that. We are going to be there live.
It's going to be the day before my birthday, too.
Live.
So I'm going to have fun.
We're legitimately going to be there, like, on the scene.
Yeah, we're going to both be there. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a great night. Dude, you picked a great track last week. What do you got for us this week? What do you want to hear?
Let's do some, let's do Battlecross.
Battlecross. I don't know if I have any. Ooh. I do, actually. Look at that.
Push, Pull, Destroy. What do you got?
I don't have that.
What do you got?
I've got... What is this? Take a look. This is the War of Will 2013 release.
Ooh, it's all good.
How about Never Ending Night? That sounds like a good track. We could do the fucking Hostile Pantera cover.
No, Force Fed Lies.
Force Fed Lies by Battlecross. If you guys don't know, our buddies at I Kill Ya,
yes,
Megaforce recording artists from New York, good long dear friends since like 2009, are out on tour. They fucking love Battlecross.
Fucking Battlecross. This one goes out to fucking Sean from the Maddening Process.
180 minutes of music news and interviews.